Hey, this is Aaron Karsten with Role Playing Public Radio, and this is the first Patreon game of December. Happy holidays, everybody in the Waste. Just to let you know, if you get coal in your stocking, that's actually a great thing in this case because it's going to mean you're warm at least for this night until something eats you, but that's normal. But as you can tell, we are playing Red Markets. This game is called the Great Layaway Race, and we have three players today for our current taker group out of Trabajo, which have named themselves the Sunday Rainbows. So an extremely cheery name comparatively for some of the other groups that we've had. But we'll start introducing all of our takers, going from left to right, starting with Ben.
Hey, I'm Ben from Detective. I'm playing Absentee, who is a sniper. I'll say pronouns are she, her. So,
Okay. All right. So the absentee returns again. Daniel.
Hey, I'm Dan. I'm playing OD. I'm the negotiator medic criminal.
All right.
oh boy.
So which means that when you're it's like when you definitely take stress, it's not going to be a problem at all, or at least if we provide you something to go in your lane. All right. And finally, Skodrick.
Hey, I'm Scott. I'm playing Pliskin, the hide, see things, and shoot guy.
So, which I do actually want to point out for at least the weak spot on this is arrogance. So, and is also part of the tough spot as a lost. So, this is going to make things incredibly interesting. So, all right. But as of now, as I said before, it is about early to mid December in the Trabajo enclave. As most of you have known, that's like one of the rare moving enclaves that is actually part of a train system that goes all around that's like the Rocky Mountain area and partially into the West Coast before returning back to its home base nearing. That's like in northern Colorado. But right now they're kind of in a holding pattern, actually near Colorado Springs at this moment, due to the snowy weather that has been that's like plaguing them, but also for another reason, and it's one of the reasons that you've actually been. It's a lot. You and a lot of other taker groups have actually started coming to Trabajo, despite the fact that some cases it's very far away from them or the weather is very much a detriment. Something of an odd little Christmas miracle has been discovered by one of the other taker groups, and taker group specifically a what appears to be an untouched repository for a large amount of resources, tech, and other general supplies for this for the group. The news came out that let's see, uh, roll through one. A taker group known as the Fence Posts managed on one of their local egg runs for Trabajo, managed to find a downed drone and brought it back to for salvaging parts. But when decoding the hard drive, they actually found that it belonged to a billionaire who is that's like been confirmed dead for at least the last over the last 3 years, named Chase McCafferty. Uh, so
oh boy.
Chase McCafferty made his fortunes in the early tech boom industry, specifically especially when Ubik was becoming more prevalent, producing a amount what was marketed as an all-inclusive that's like virus protection suite, but it ended up turning out to be more malware, and he actually used that and the worms produced by it in order to that's like gain processing power and produce enough cryptocurrency to set him up for life. So he unfortunately was very much a horrible scum. I mean, a horrible scum of the earth. He probably would have fit in very well had he actually survived. The problem with that is that when the that's like when the crash ended up happening, he tried to make it to a fortress like compound that he had constructed during that's like prior to this the crash happening in order to survive, but ended up pissing off almost all of his security team, and they threw him to the vectors. So they when they tried, but unfortunately, when the security team tried to make it, they found that almost all the biometrics that in there had gone out, and this place went completely off the grid. So it was considered a loss. Other people tried to find it, but this it's like McCafferty, ever being paranoid, kept all the records of its building, its location, fairly well secret. But luckily enough for the fence posts, they managed to actually find that's like a homing tracer going from the drone going back to it, and as it appears, the drone itself was carrying a full supply of non-perishable rations. When you convert it over into the current economy, is probably somewhere within the line of 20 to 25 bounty alone for that. So whatever is sitting in that compound is probably chocked full of things that will either be able to keep you sustained for quite a while, be able to, that's like, or possibly buy your way into the recession if that is is your goal. Problem is though, as you that's like the fence post immediately saw, this place is far too big to be able to get within 1 or 2 runs at the most before it's discovered and picking through everybody else, who will finally get this information. So, when talking with the conductor, the leader of Trabajo, it has been decided that it would be better for the enclave to join groups with various takers. That's like, instead of a singular one, in order to try to extract as much as possible before the carrion economy essentially picks this place dry, and it just becomes another hole for the casualties to go in. So, this is what's drawn you into Trabajo. But as it's like, once you've come in here in order to and trying to figure out what you'll do to negotiate, you're actually told by the fenceman here that you will not be able to talk to the conductor himself. The jobs have already been split between 3 other groups: the fence posts, who have already it's like who made the initial discovery, um, a the luchadors, who have been one of the primary taker groups of Trabajo since Fallen Flag, or excuse me, since that group has basically retired from this, and also a splinter group from the Midwest called MT Gilf. So that they were it's like that are known for, again, their more aggressive stance on gathering things. So they are informed right now that if you're wanting to get in on this, you're going to have to negotiate with at least one of these groups in order to get in their good graces and specifically work towards their goals in order to get what you want, or at least the share that you are considering. So they have so you have 3 different groups that you can look into during this time if you're wanting to make any kind of investigation role specifically, or networking to be able to see what they are offering during this time. So who would like to make the first investigation rolls?
I gotta run out now.
Okay, so
So not him.
all right, so in this case, Pliskin is just overwhelmed by the fact that this is completely unlike any general negotiations that you've seen before. So, so in that case, OD and Absentee, talk about yourselves. Who are you wanting to look into first? You have 3 groups.
Okay, so we have the luchadors, the MT Gilf.
Yes, so that which is standing for Mountain Time Grandma's Eye. Yeah. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. So they're part of the full Gilf.
they are an
setup.
offshoot. Yes, that's general knowledge that this is an offshoot of the primary Gilf takers.
Okay, when I was
Guild.
hearing MT, I thought you were reading initials of Montana, which is where it's from. So I was like, what
Oh,
the heck's going on here?
Nope. So yeah, in this case, since you're located into the Rockies, these are the Mountain Time Guilds.
Okay, so the local franchise.
Mhm.
And
the
then
fence
we have
post.
and the fence posts. Okay, so we at least, I mean, I kind of want to go with our locals more than Gilf, so I kind of want to try maybe either Luchadors or the fence post.
Okay. I can say right now. Let's see. Um, I will say that if you want to look for this one for this, oh, where's that? The other ones. Do you have any research or?
I have 1 point of research.
Okay, I'll say you can go ahead and roll your research on that. If that fails, you can always tap a contact or tap a reference.
10-10.
Holy jeez, critical success! Damn.
Yeah.
Good job. All right. Yep. So, and you were looking into the luchadors, correct?
Yep.
All right. All right. So you absolutely know that for that one, they are absolutely excited about this for two reasons. One, they see breaking into a possible fortress as one of the greatest challenges. You know that they are one. They are all made up of Laytons, who are very much into powerlifting and bodybuilding.
Yep.
And they are that's like but even though they are obviously quarantined off to the side, they are kind of one of the mainstays of the community. They help out in a lot of community projects. They act as almost the full-on defense, and they have lost the most of any group. But it's oddly enough that they kind of that one of the things is they keep a positive attitude, even though this should have broken them years ago. And so the rumor that's going about is that the rations are one of the big things that they're looking into uh, to help get out of this for the community, but also that it's a rumor that McCafferty had a full gym on site, and they are wanting to either extract as many pieces of exercise equipment or the non-perishable protein powder that he seems to hoard away, or at least that it is rumored that he's hoarded away.
Oh, nice.
So if you so in this case, if you are wanting to go ahead and ingratiate themselves into the negotiation with them, you're probably going to have to show that you're being willing to the community, or that you are it's like that you're willing to become. It's like to increase the strength of the group as for that. So that's what they're wanting to do. Also, you can look over toward and then so that's your role. Let's see, Odie. So
Okay,
if you have research, or if you have another, let's see, you have two charisma, so you have two references that you can tap if you want to. I'll allow a networking roll to see if you want to talk to anybody else to see if you won't know what the fence post or MT Guild wants.
I guess I'll use the networking. I'll be using the dice rolling channel.
Okay.
And just so I know that I'm not cheating it beforehand, black, then red.
Okay, no worries. I
trust
you.
I forgot about that dice rolling channel.
And for under 8, that's not a success, even with I add the +1 there. 5.
All
So
right.
I know what I know.
All right. So if you want to, you can tap a reference to be just at a cost later on if you want.
All right. Let's see. Who should be my first reference?
All right. What's the name?
Sorry, I'm blanking at the moment.
All right. Let's
Susan, a medic.
Susan, a medic. All right. So all right, a medic named Susan.
Sorry.
No, a medic. I'm gonna say that's her full full taker name. A medic named Susan. All right. So
medicine woman.
Yep.
Well,
Dr. Quinn.
guys, there's a boy named Sue.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So let me take a look. Do any of you actually have Ubex specs, laptop, or internet communications?
Yeah, I do. I have a few big space.
Okay, so actually, I forgot. I just wanted to make sure beforehand. So, but I'll say she's on site. She looks at her like, "Hey, OD, how you doing?" Okay, I have to tell you this. I'm really sorry, but I don't have the methadone ran out here like almost 3 weeks ago. So you're gonna have to go someplace else if you want that. I'm really sorry.
Not this time. Anyways.
Oh, thank God. Okay, what do you need? I'm so happy to see you.
The fence postmen tend to come through here occasionally. Did you hear them talk about anything on the, big score everyone's all buzzed about?
Oh, the McCafferty job? Oh God, just yeah, hell, everybody knows that. Is that why you're here?
Admittedly, I just want to figure out what everybody's looking at over there.
Well, it's a lot of stuff that's potentially over there. Obviously, the food is the biggest thing because uh that nut job ended up so that's like sewing away a lot of non-perishable rations. Like part of this ended up being almost, I think, what, 3 years worth of Cliff Bars or something that hadn't gone bad already. So it was just amazing. um, but no, the fence posts seem to be far more interested not in the that's like the food, but possibly the weaponry, because it was at least a rumor base that McCafferty was just thought that he would be holding down the fortress and trying to become just a new feudal lord when all the shit hit the fan. So it's rumored that he had things like illegal MP5s, AK-47s, night vision gear, stuff that it's like silencers almost for everything. So there was at least rumors that he got a hold of a larger like couple military grade. That's like Humvees and a couple other things. One of them was supposed to be solar charged, but I only know that's a rumor. So if that's something that if that's even there, if it's even functional, that would be a huge get for any of this. But yeah, the weapon and the weapons and anything to basically reinforce, it's like reinforce their own enclave is the big thing that they're looking at.
All right, all right. Thank,
So, oh no,
thanks
thank you.
for
Oh no, oh no, thanks. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you.
thanks for info. I'll be sure to get you a bounty your way sometime.
No, yeah, it's like, if I can just get a couple, that would be appreciative. Or honestly, I'm gonna say it. If you do end up finding honestly, just any kind of medical supplies, I probably would be more appreciative than that. So I'd even accept that.
All right, I'll
So,
keep that in mind.
awesome, thanks. Remember, Methadone Wednesdays are next week. So,
Gotcha. Write it
uh,
down.
all right. So, all right. So you have two leads on that. You know that the luchadors are looking for more of the foodstuffs and protein powder as long as exercise equipment. The fence posts are looking for weaponry and defensive posts. So anything that could help shore up their enclave. MT Gilth is the only thing that is left off of that. And Pliskin, are you back?
Yep.
Okay, excellent. So, all right. So we have that information. The other two have already researched this. So you can choose to try to make a social skill roll for either research or networking if you have that. Let me take a look and see.
I do have a point in research.
Do you have a point in research? Okay, you can research that. Failing that, you can tap a reference for a bounty.
All right, let's roll and see. It is 7/3.
7/3 black.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. All right. So, yeah, with that score, you do manage to discuss the find out through general all the bars when you're going through and drinking and talking to people that MT Gilf has come here on the behalf of the primary taker group from the Midwest. Because they have discovered that with this hard drive, they're assuming there's a large cache data of either entertainment programs or things that, well, of a more adult variety. We're just going to be honest about this, that they're really, really bored and they've been recycling through the same entertainment on Ubic for years on end. So the fact that there might be anything from the old internet, adult or otherwise, that is possibly logged or stored into the possible server databases in the McCafferty compound, that is a huge gift for them. So they are going to be tearing that place apart in order to get whatever they need. So working off from that. So that's what they with that role is going to tell you what they're going through. So these are the three options for this, and as the assistants to the conductor tell you, they've already done negotiations with. So if you're wanting to join on these jobs, you are going to have to negotiate with the leaders of one of these groups. So, and I will say this is an option. You can discuss this among yourselves. You can see about possibly negotiating with all three of them, but that means that you are looking for that will take. You are potentially negotiating each subsequent one at a weaker position. I will say that if you do multiples, you're always going to be starting at undercut with them. The negotiations and everyone after the first one, you will have you will not have control of the leadership test. So the first one is the only one you can do because other word travels around quickly, and other people will know what's going on unless you can just lie your ass off. So I will let you discuss that and decide who you would like to go after.
Obviously, we undercut them all and we just get there before them and take everything, or don't do that.
Are any of you guys actually go with a screwdriver? Because I don't want to try to pry out server hard drives and hope that we didn't fuck everything up.
Yeah, I have 2 in mechanics. But it does also seem like it's kind of more specialized work. But I mean, like, it's just pulling a hard drive out is not the hardest thing to do.
That is true. It's like that. That is technically true. But also at the same vein, if you don't know what's going into it right now, when you're walking into it, if there could be surprises waiting for you. Let's just say.
Yeah. So I guess Gil's job requires specialized knowledge that we don't really have.
No.
So that would mean either luchadors or a fence post. So do we want weapons or do we want to get good food? I feel like food is probably going to be. Well, which one is going to be more valuable? I think.
Both are extremely valuable. Just depends on the person's needs, really.
Yeah.
Because everybody needs to keep themselves from casualties, but also everybody needs to be alive to keep themselves from casualties.
You can't eat bullets.
You can once.
Yeah, you can once.
Yeah. I was about to say, yeah, that's exactly the biggest portion of that. But yeah, these are. But no, the food is obviously a big option as well. And I'll say the only big issue with the luchadors, if you choose to do that, is one of their requirements is finding a way to get the exercise equipment off. So even the most minimum, which is basically getting fairly large.
Yeah, we've been carrying exercise weights across the wasteland. I don't know if you haven't noticed my wonderfully skeletal build here.
Oh, and that's and part of this,
like 4 hall between us.
Yeah, and that's this is getting stuff out. Although you do have the chance to find different possibly to find different transports at the place, but you are also running into the possibility that you have. Again, they might require you to do other things, but also that depends on your negotiation. So, with any of these groups, if you do well enough, you could basically set it up so you are taking care of only a certain aspect of this job while going on. That's like while the others are taking care of what they need to. So if you can,
that's
if you
true.
can negotiate,
we could get the food for the luchadors and let that so that they can focus their combined efforts on the exercise equipment. They don't have to worry about trying to figure out how to get all that in one haul.
Yeah.
On the other hand, if we do the postman, guns are good for us too, specifically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can grab a couple upgrades while we're packing everything up.
Okay, so my vote is for the postman job then.
Okay, so you're voting for the luchadors then?
No, the fence post job.
The fence post job. Okay, if we're going with the mechanics. Okay, so all right then. Is there? Are we voting on the consensus for this, or?
I will be on the consensus.
Yeah, that's good. I'm good with that.
All right, so going with the fence post then. All righty then. So he will go to them. I will say that they are in the it's like the Rested Dining Cart, which is the name of a local restaurant establishment here, and it quite literally is a rusted dining car. So
on the nose.
The funny thing is that if you go, it's a little bit more of an ironic name, just because when you do go there, it actually has one of the collections of non rusted out tin can of food cans, so it's one of the best places you can actually get food overall. So they have at least a 25% botulism free guarantee when you go in here.
Ooh.
So, which is a lot better than what you normally get. All right. So in that case, you do find that the leader of the fence post there. I will say, Scott, since you have it there, what is the name of their leader?
Oh, what? What about me? Sorry.
Oh, what is the name of the fence post leader?
Red box.
Red Box. Okay. Alrighty, so you do find Red Box there. You actually see that the reason why he ended up getting that name is that he it's like he has an what almost looks like a carpet armor that has been sewn into his clothes, but it's actually made up of the material that is used on the screens for those old Red Box DVD machines. So part of it is a little. It's always been kind of made something they were made fun of. He was made fun of because it was so bright, but that material was very effective in actually stopping bites from going through, almost as good as just general carpet. So it's kind of a double-sided name. But he's sitting. It's like sitting there it's like drinking at the table. Who? It's like, and who is going in for the negotiation?
All right. Earlier I was one with all the stats. So when you chose your pre-gen, did you get one with negotiation, or am I doing that?
You're doing it.
All right. So OD is coming in.
Alrighty then.
Red, my man.
So looks out there. It's like, you are OD, correct?
That's right.
All
OD
right.
of the Sunday Rainbows.
Oh, so, yes. So, an extremely colorful name, but just keeping. But I've always said that keeping positivity is something that must be done when you're out here, or else just everything will get to you to the point where you're going to put a gun in your mouth. And he just slowly pats one on the side of his hip. Are you? It's like, what can I help you with? Are you here for the great? It's like the great. It's like the great find that we've all gone through.
Yes, actually, and I've heard that you have a particular job coming up, and I thought maybe you could use some assistance. More people to grab more stuff.
Oh, well, that I will say that that's actually never a bad idea, but I'm gonna let you be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. I'm not really certain about the people that we're taking on because most of us have known each other for years, and it's they're a little bit more hesitant to bring on peoples. So we're gonna think about. I'm definitely gonna have to talk about this. So we'll go ahead and begin our negotiations. So can you make a leadership test?
Yes, and starting things off smoothly, let's toss a roach point in this.
Oh God. Okay. So let's see where we're at.
Black then red. And what the hell?
Oh, okay.
You have will, right?
Yes, I do, and I guess I'm already going down to one will here.
Oh God.
This off. I'm going great.
Yep.
And one from stress and trauma.
Oh boy. Make sure to mark that down and let me know when you do lose one. So, all right, re-rolling. Or are you rolling?
I
Or are you just
flipped it.
flipping? Are you
I
flipping?
used the will to flip it.
Alrighty. So, alright, you got a success on that. All right, so you currently have four. You're actually okay. You have 4 rounds until negotiations are ceased. So during this time, and each of I'll say because of the two of you right now, you each have a round to go off. So, all right, what is your argument? What are you trying to find out? So, are you going to try to mark this way? Oh, by the way, I apologize since I didn't pull up there. We are starting at the buyer's market on this. So, since you're not splitting between all 3 groups, you won't be doing it as favor right now. So, in this case, what are we trying to do? Are you trying to get one of their spots? Are you trying to sway?
We have 4 rounds, right?
Yes, you have 4 rounds.
Okay. I think I'll actually do the sensitivity to try to get a spot.
Sensitivity. Okay. So how? All right. What are you? Oh. All right. So what do you? Which sense? Which one are you going for? What are you trying to get from him?
His soft spot.
Soft spot. Okay. Sell it. So you try to get the soft spot. So what? How are you trying to convince him that you're on the level here?
Oh, I thought that was just a sensitivity check.
Okay. So well, okay.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm going
sorry.
the acting out, but go ahead and roll it if you want to. So
Yeah, sorry,
that's
confusion.
okay.
And I am just not doing well today for a dice.
3 of 10. Oh, yep. So you're
Got another
not.
point of will you want to spend?
You want me to spend my last will already?
No,
You get to
I would
make it.
save that,
You get
right?
to make a
You have
choice.
spots. You could use those out in the
That's true. You
wilderness.
do have spots in between. So for
There is the final leadership test too.
that's what we're gonna do. So
Yeah.
which you
Oh,
can pull
yeah.
from
Yeah,
scams.
I'll
So
save the will for the final leadership if I have to.
all right. So you make an argument trying to say how much you feel that this is great that you want to set up for family or that you want to set up for family. You believe in this, but unfortunately, Redbox is really having a hard time believing you because it seems like you're seeing just the gleam of one of the biggest scores of possible Joels in your eyes. So he's looking like, I want to believe you, but I've been just harmed and burned before. Literally, in a couple places, he pulls up a pant leg and shows a huge, shiny, healed over burn on his leg. So you gotta be honest about this. So, but yeah, But really, what is it that you're in for? What is it that you're making this part of this? Because it really seems like you might just be kind of fly by night in this and are looking for the next hit. So he's gonna try to see about getting a spot on you. And
Okay, I roll deception to defend, right?
yep. So
And let's go crazy. I'm adding some,
all right.
especially with my dice luck so far. And I wouldn't have needed it, but well, that's the way of the roach.
All right, so you burn it off. But yeah, alrighty then.
I
So
just cold sell it.
cold sell it, and he makes nothing here. So he's as he's going off of your side. So nope. Yep, he doesn't get anything new. So you're just at a standstill at this point. You're both the buyer. You've not moved up on anything. So for the buyer's market or where he's at on the expenses. So we can stop this right now. And does somebody want to make a scam?
Do you want to go first or me?
It doesn't matter to me, honestly.
Okay. I was thinking about maybe getting rid of the competition.
Okay, so you're undercutting, trying to push it up. So, all right.
Well, do we have? I mean, like, there's always the competition thing, so I feel like we should probably do something about that because they always come up. Unless you guys have wanted to get a spot or try to raise the cost or something.
Okay, so yeah, so in this case, if the gap wasn't sabotage, we're kind of looking from here. So, let's see. Yeah, so yeah, that would be on the undercut from here. So that would be it's like so so in this case that could be the undercut or it basically preventing an undercut. So you can if you want to basically discourage that, you can do the price manipulation, you can do intelligent gathering to get on spots, or partners
Oh,
in
what
crime.
is? I forgot to mention. What is the equilibrium for this job?
Equilibrium on that. Oh, sorry. So
Yeah.
thank you for letting me know that. Oh wow. So so that is 6-6 on that. So that is a
Okay. Well,
good
that's not bad.
no not a bad one. But also that's just the general one for getting through with that. So yeah,
Yeah.
you're basically right at even for it.
Mhm.
But also this is one that but basically it's because you're joining in with a taker group. You can take so much more in this.
Oh
So
yeah, definitely.
this is just the baseline of what you need to take care of. So that's where we're starting off from it.
Oh
Okay.
man, I have a great one. I have a great one for price manipulation.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you guys think that's a better use of my scam, or would you rather try to get rid of the competition or try to find a spot.
I'd lean more towards a spot, but price manipulation's also good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think I'll go with price manipulation.
Okay. So what are you doing to manipulate the price?
So I have shoot at 3. There's gonna be a random gunfire, and one of their takers is gonna take a bullet to the knee.
So
I am a sniper, so
Holy shit. Okay. Oh,
Christ.
wow.
This could turn south real fast.
all right. I will say that yeah, you're doing that for it, but I'm gonna say that no matter what happens, if you succeed or fail on this, you will be taking a humanity. You will be taking us test on your humanity.
yeah, that's fine.
So
Yeah, don't need humanity.
that's
I mean, I'm doing just fine.
That's gonna be a self control because you are firing one within a within a an enclave, and two,
Yeah.
also taking away potential manpower to bring it up. So all right.
Okay, I'll do the self control check first.
Yeah, see if you can do that because you're gonna that's still taking damage. So
Okay. Yeah, 6/1. I'm fine with it.
okay, so
Now
yeah,
let's do the actual shoot.
all right, let's see what happens.
Damn it. So I'm at 4. I'm at 4/4, but that's with like 1/3 plus 1/4 plus 3. So I'm going to spend a will to flip that.
To flip that, all right.
It'll be a 7/1.
Okay. So you do flip that. As one of the other let's see, I will say this is a member of Gilf that it happens to. You're just kind of setting off that, and you when they're going through, are you making this as a full incapacitation or as a well, you know what? Actually, I'm going to take a look at this. What was you said that was a 1/7, so that's 7/5.
7/1.
7/1. All right, you're damn lucky. It just goes into their leg. So,
Yep.
and it is more or less a grazing shot because of how this is taken off. So, and they're going through. But yeah, seeing as that they're worried more about a shotgun in the dark, yeah, they're obviously restructuring themselves and means that somebody's going to have to take a little bit more of the load. So you have moved it. Yeah, that moves it up to you make a move up on the price. So good job.
Yep.
Oh, good God.
I think if I remember, it's the black. So that's like plus. That's an additional 4 points, right? So okay,
yeah.
so now we're at 16.
Yeah, you're at 16, so you're basically at that's for the supply and demand in this. So, oh yeah, that moved up too because that's at labor. So, good job. All right, and they are moving down on theirs. All right, so that brings us to the second negotiation. So, back to you, OD. What are we doing? So,
Let's see.
are we gonna try to find a spot again, or
I'm good trying to make a push with persuasion here.
take a push? Okay.
Listen, we are as cheery as our name is, we are a professional outfit. Once we are out there, we will be dedicated to the cause, no matter what our at-home recreational activities may be.
Good.
When we're out there, we will be the ones dedicated to do what is necessary to get the goods.
All right, so you'll do that. All right, so they're gonna. Redbox looks at you and says, "I definitely want to believe you on that, but we are. It's very difficult to see what to really again. Trust is such a huge commodity with this, and I want to be able to make sure that everybody I know is protected first before anything else. So he's going to roll another sensitivity to see if he can figure you out or one of your spots while he does that. So go ahead and make your roll.
Okay. I make that 6/3.
All right,
Oh,
and
sorry.
he fails that sensitivity roll. So all right. So but that's persuasion off of that. So that's going to go ahead and push it up again. Good job.
All right.
And that will meet up from here. All right. So we have another scam that you can run in between.
All right. Maybe just I'm thinking, guys, that I should use my 3 in stealth to like use this to try to find some information to get a spot.
Yeah, that sounds like
That
a
sounds
good idea.
good.
All right, let's roll and hope my dice like me. It would be a black 9 and a red 5.
All right.
Good. So, all right. So, and you just basically are you stealthing around getting information from other people?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm hiding underneath boxes and just listening out to people.
All right. So, and was this in turn to basically get information? So it's get information on a spot or something, or
Yeah,
other
to
leverage.
get a spot.
Okay. You do manage to do that. You basically manage to squeeze underneath one of the traveling. It's one of the other traveling cart trains. So something that's a little bit that's like a little bit off. It's actually a repair train that says reverb and reverb. But nobody seems to be home right now. But you have a couple of the other fence posts who are waiting outside, and they end up talking about how Redbox really has a hard time saying no once he knows the full on sob story of somebody. He is completely and utterly to. He's very soft-hearted, and
I'm
mainly
a roach. I have the best sob
Oh
story.
yeah.
yeah, he is completely utterly done that. But part of the reason is that when is how he got his name too is that he had a solar charger set up to a DVD player that he managed to pull around, and the only thing that was there was a lot of rom coms that just reminded him of a life that no longer exists. So
Oh
Those
god.
wow, I thought it was gonna be like Sophie's Choice. Oh, you meant it way worse.
oh yeah, so. So, but again, it's the loss. You don't know what exactly breaks people. So, but basically, he has been enamored by it's like the tales of Hollywood to remind him of a better day. So that's it. If you want to play to a soft spot, that's a good one to do. So,
Loves the Notebook.
oh god,
Oh,
god.
John Cusack.
All
Who doesn't love John Cusack? Rom-com staple.
Yep. So with it, so all right. So that goes into our third part of the negotiation. So you have that available, and you have his soft spot. Um, as he's looking through there, he is going to go ahead and try an. It's like he's going to try another sensitivity roll to get one of your spots, stating, you sound like your quality, and you're going through, but I can't really it's like I can't determine if I could work with somebody who's going to lose their temper at just the drop of a pin or something else goes wrong. If that happens, it's gonna be pretty bad overall. So he's gonna try to again gain one of your spots again to see if he can go through it. What are you trying to do? Are you gonna get one of his spots? Are you gonna use this to defend or take down?
Let's see. If he's gonna try learn one of my spots, I have to use deception. No, that's if he actually tries using it on me. That's it.
Yes. Yeah, he's gonna learn. He's gonna try to learn it again. So, for this, so you could try to sway again, or you can try to learn another one of his.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm just trying to think about the way I'm going to go about using the spot I already have here.
That's good.
I am going with deception here, and I'm basically going to create a slightly altered version of my history here that's a bit more along the lines of the tragic Hollywood thing and less me lying in the mud for several days of avoiding zombies.
Okay.
And create a more romanticized tale here as I use it to relate to why I am capable for this task.
All right. So it just creating a more fictionalized sob story. So all right, go ahead.
Yep.
Thank you. Roll.
Tempted to spend roach points just purely because it makes sense because I'm pulling into the past, but I'm going to save at least some of my humanity here.
Okay.
Ties
All right.
go to the market.
They do, unfortunately. So
You can spend another roach point, and it'll
Can
put you over.
I?
Yeah, you can spend after.
you can.
I
That is
can?
a choice.
Okay, because I thought it was like GM optional whether or not they let me spend after the fact.
No. Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know.
For that, no. Let's see. For the after the fact, let me check on the roach behaviors.
Because I know that Ross let that happen, but I thought that was just because they.
So that was a general rule thing.
That was a general. So you know what? Again, I'm going to make a choice since you put it. Well, this roach, if you would like to, you can go ahead and spend it, but you really need to let me know when you crumble. So
Okay, I detachment. So, yep.
all right, that puts you 1/4 on that. So yeah, you do end up.
So I basically partway through end up staring into the middle distance. Some of this gets a bit more real than I thought.
Yep. So that goes right now. So it is setting him off and a little bit more that you can see tears are welling up in his eyes. He sees the humanity again, and he really believes that you are here for the greater good. So that does push the sway up again. So for that, very good. And at this point, you're up at hazard pay, so you're going through, and you kind of met him at the other one, so it's not it's going to be a harder push depending on that. Although with his role, he's just looked at you and says, I can really tell that though, but it's I can ultimately tell how much you care for everybody else on your run. So he has learned he knows about your needing to protect your crew, and he has learned your soft spot. So
I
he
need to
is
defend with deception, then, right?
so yeah. Well, he knows it now. So, but he'll see about using that the next time. So he's late run around. So all right, going for the last one. All right, so another scam. So this is the last.
I thought we only
run.
just got 2.
Yeah, isn't it
Oh
one
yeah,
per
you're right.
person?
Oh, you're right. So that forgot it was one per person. Thank you. I forgot about that. I thought we have our silent person over here who's going to give a scam. So, but all right. So yeah, but he's definitely going to use that, and actually, he will go ahead and use that against you this turn since we're on third. So, we've. Oh, sorry, we just been third. So this will be basically the last one before we do the last leadership test. So he's going to attack you with this to try to push you down again outside of the hazard pay markup. So what are you defending with?
Plain old deception. I'm gonna act like what he says doesn't matter.
Oh, so lying your ass off. All right, what are you saying then? How are you lying?
Listen, when I said that we do anything to get the job done, that includes necessary risks. Everyone knows what they're here for. Everybody.
All right. So nope, and you're absolutely right. So that's like it's all for nothing, and sometimes your humanity
Son
is
of
much
a!
protected.
Yeah, that came out convincing, didn't it? Sorry,
Use
I can't spend that much humanity. That's not happening. I'm not crumbling a negotiation.
Okay, so but I will say so that was 11 off of so that was 3 to 8. But luckily enough yours is there because he failed too, but it was a 2 over 10. So you are it's like you are in that great. So he does not both of you don't move this turn, so it's still at hazard pay in the markup. So yeah, so it's the final leadership test. So this is to determine where you're going to end up. So with your argument, so go ahead and make that roll.
And finally, I make something.
All right, and good job on that. Your pleas of humanity to defend what is yours have succeeded, and you end up on 100% markup. So good job, man. That was hard
I only
fought.
lost 4 humanity throughout this entire process.
All right, so yep, so you're on double the cost of the job before labor. So let me take a look. What
I boosted it to 16.
16,
so 32.
32, and you have the break points for everybody. So
yeah, 3.
All right. So 100% markup. Yeah, for yep. So 32 on that for everybody else, plus whatever you end up getting. So this is predicated on finding the weapons and defenses that they are looking for in this place, and then being able to get the hell out with it. So if you can do that, that's good, and then that will be part of this, plus whatever you decide to take out from McCafferty's compound once you do. So, all right, but no, good job on the negotiation, everybody. That was excellent.
Nice.
All righty. So they said that they're going to be moving out in the morning. Everybody's going to get at least a good night's sleep because this is a huge issue. It is not too far away. It is only 2 legs. since it's that McCafferty's compound was located just outside of Colorado Springs.
Mhm.
But so in this time, is anybody doing anything to either negotiate for equipment or trying to figure anything else out before you go?
I
No,
will at least.
unrelated.
I would like to roll research or foresight to basically get a map out and lay of the land to try to map a route and everything.
Absolutely. Do you have any? I will say that. Do you have UBEX specs or anything?
Yes, I do. I
Okay.
have a UBEX specs.
Okay. Go ahead. Make sure to burn off the appropriate charges for those.
Yep. So that is a 9/1.
9/1. Okay. You actually see that McCafferty's. You actually look at the map where it's located back. Obviously, the compound's not on the map, so it was only marked off, and apparently he was just enough of an insane asshole to go ahead and have things literally scrubbed from satellite images.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was rich, he was eccentric. So but you see that the roads right now are lined around what is more of a natural plateau, so that's a little bit more. So when you get to the last part of this, it's a little bit of a steep climb up to it before you end down to the compound, which is surrounded by a larger ridge. So essentially it's a steep upwards climb to get up there,
Oh god.
and then it's the backside of it is essentially protected by an outcropping of the Rocky Mountains. So this is like one way in, no way out. If you really
Great.
go for it. He had set this up for extreme defense. So if you have any way of scouting out the place before once you get into there, that you're gonna have to be really careful. But I will say with the roll that you got, it does overlay the line of the drone data, so you basically see the block of the housing itself, and which is one large compound with surrounded by a fence with several smaller, it looks like shed buildings that are kind of interconnected towards the main building. So going through there, it doesn't look very big at the top, but given the fact of
Probably
eccentric billionaires, there's probably an extensive
underground.
underground area.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's great.
All right, so
God, I don't want to have to rock climb though. That's gonna suck.
Just
So-
check the gear list. No climbing equipment in there.
yeah, so that might have been nice to have the luchadors there to kind of pull you up, but
Yeah.
that's a decision. It's going through. Alrighty then. So, Odie and Pliskin, is there anything else you're wanting to do before you rest for the night?
Hmm.
What we
Well, there's something that OD would want to do, but he's informed that she's out of it right now. So,
All right. Well, I will say,
Oh, great.
if you want to, well, okay. Well, if you're wanting to do that first, so yeah, Odie, go ahead and make a self-control check.
okay.
This is going to be for you to just resist this urge. If you don't, you're going to go have to find somebody, which is available, but it will be at an increased bounty.
I hold strong.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah.
502.
Or2, excellent. So yeah, you resist the urge. Had you not, you would have had to go to find somebody to take your edge off, and that problem.
Yeah, I would have got my well back.
Yeah, you would have gotten the will back too, but also that would have been possibly having to be in debt to somebody else for your hit for that night. So,
Also, they go show up immediately for the next day with a buzz after talking about how that was not going to happen whatsoever when he accused me.
exactly.
That would have just been an awkward trip.
It would have. So, all right. So we'll do that. And Pliskin, is there anything else you're doing?
Game mechanic wise, not that I can think of, unless you guys have a suggestion.
I don't have a.
I couldn't think of anything.
I will say that you're not at anyone, and we're just kind of skipping past vignettes this time around. So since I will say part of this is that I will say you did that prior to coming to there, since this is not your native enclave, and you're coming through here. So although if you did have any stress later on, I would allow possibly talking to them over Ubik just quickly if you needed that, but that's going to be an extreme case. So,
Yep.
all right. But you during this time, you can try to bargain for other equipment if you want to. You can try to
Do
gather
any
a
of
little
us have
more information.
flashlights since we're invading a probably depowered compound?
All
We
right.
do
So,
not have flashlights or binoculars, both of which would be useful.
Yeah.
oh boy. So, and-
We'll just get lights by lighting everything on fire.
I'm just thinking is that it's only upkeep 1. If I just do a networking check, I can just get one.
You know what?
Okay,
I'll actually
yeah,
say
if you
that.
want
Yeah.
to.
So I would say you can do that easily here, just because you are technically within another group. So within another taker group. So if you want to owe them one more, I would say networking, and you can owe them at least one more bounty to be able to get one flashlight.
That sounds like a good use of money.
Yeah,
And
sounds
I
like
fail miserably. Apparently, no one has a flashlight that I talk to.
All right. So yeah, so that's gonna be off. I will say that if you have the Ubix specs, obviously that has a little bit of lighting effect to it, but you're gonna have to be careful about that because that is burning charges. So
yeah.
alrighty then.
Boy.
But you've successfully negotiated your way into the free it's like the fence post. So you'll take the sleep train, and we'll just take a small break while you go to the bathroom and get started on the road. So
Okay.
right back.
I think I might try to see if I can use my stealth to. Oh wait, criminality might be stealing, right? Or right? Because you just steal a flashlight.
Well, I do have criminality too, as well. I could have done that. If
Yeah, I don't have criminality. I have stealth. I sneak around.
That's be a weird situation where you're just hiding behind someone with a flashlight, but not doing anything. Just using their light while looking.
I'm sorry, my taker name is Pluskin. I mean, and that could go one of two ways. Let's see. Let's see. So if there is a vehicle there, does anybody have drive?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, if we get a vehicle there and we can make sure it works,
Right,
I can totally drive with a whole bunch of shit. Mind you, it's drive of 1, so I'm somewhat effective.
Well, you always have the roach coins. We're counting on those a lot.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
All right.
Okay, yeah, we're back. So, alrighty then. So let's take a look and see what we're going through. I will say the fence posts are part of their group. It is a 4-man taker group. They it's like set between Redbox, which is their primary their leader. Let's see. That's like under the convention of me being too lazy to name things at some point. So let's go left, right. Ben, who is the name of their that's like their latent bruiser?
Ooh, Leighton Bruiser.
Yep.
Beast of Burden.
Beast of Burden. Good, like that. All right. Dan, who's the name of their immune tech?
Blue light special.
All right, blue light special, like that. All right. All right, and finally, Scott, who is the name of their let's have him draw there now. I will say also lost. So they're see, they're lost med.
Lost med. Dr. Quinn, medicine.
Dr. Quinn. Okay.
Because I had that earlier, and I'm bad with names.
All right. So yeah, since we already did, that's like med nurse Susan. All right. All right. So medic name Susan. So all right. Well, you do have that. They are. That's like all ready for you to go out. So go ahead and spend the 1 off of your rations for the first leg of the trip.
All right.
Let's see.
When I made this character, I completely forgot that will existed because of where the thing is on my
You
screen.
get one. You get
Yeah.
one.
No, you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
one, and I forgot about because I said because of where it was on my screen, I didn't see it, and I completely forgot about it.
No, I've done that too for character.
No, I could have boosted my will up to 3 since I never raised anything to Charisma 2. But I didn't. And I'm not changing the sheet now.
All right.
Uh,
Okay, so you make it through the first part of it. It's again the path that you're following out here is more or less on the outskirts of Colorado Springs. The actual angle that you're walking along, if it actually goes further up the mountain, and you can actually see what are the general ruin in the distance, the general ruins of the Air Force Academy, specifically notated by the. That's like it's a cathedral if you've ever seen that. So it's very tall, modern-looking spires along the end. But time and tide have done their damage, especially since there are huge chunks taken out of like the white obelisks that were part of it. But as you're walking through, everybody else, go ahead and make an awareness check.
Awareness.
All right.
nope.
11.
7/9.
7/9. Okay.
Oh.
8
Oh,
over
wait,
7.
maybe my awareness is higher than that. Nope. Yeah, 7/9.
All right.
8 over 7.
8/7.
11 black, 5 red.
What? All right.
Wow.
I have 3 awareness.
Hey, no, that's good that you do.
Okay.
So, all right. So as you're looking through there, you actually do see that one of the buildings that's above you has a zip line that's going between the two buildings.
Oh god.
So, and it's like which is again odd right now when you're looking from that. So, you can. So, if anybody who succeeded, you can make up another awareness check, or I will say that that's like, or you can make I will say awareness, that foresight, or if you have, yeah, just go ahead and make one of those. So
Awareness.
Awareness is better than my foresight. So
No.
awareness or foresight.
No.
5 under 6. Awareness does not get it.
Yeah, no, I failed the 2. 4, 9.
All right,
Boop-a-doo.
all right, and yeah. So did nobody made it?
I didn't even roll. I didn't notice the zip line.
Okay.
Well, we can point the zip
Well,
line
I can
out.
point
Look,
that
zip
out.
line.
Yeah, you can point it
Yeah.
out. So, yeah, I will say, yeah,
Alright.
everybody pointed out too, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, 8/2.
All right, and you do see. All right, you do see that.
Feel
And
like the
you're just sitting there staring at it for a little bit, and then your vision goes down to the ground, and you do realize that in and you didn't really see it before because again, it's the lost damage is just abounded, but there are some pretty strategically set that's like craters that are all around here, and
Oh,
you
great.
realize that one or the other. Some person of a military force probably mined this area trying to clear out vectors or casualties as they walked by. So, welcome to your active minefield.
Yeah, we're walking in a minefield.
I make sure to point that out to Redbox since we're traveling with them.
All
Yep.
right. So, yeah, they
So
do
that they
stop
don't.
here. Yep, they do stop there. So, and they're trying to kind of sit around here. So, so here is your choices when we're going through it. So you can. That's like, let's see. You can go ahead and bypass this entirely, but it will add 2 extra legs to your trip that are not bypassable.
Hmm.
So this will continue on
More
during that.
risk, but
It
more
is
scavenging.
That is true. You can go through this, but it's going. Everybody is going to have to make an awareness check, or it's like you will be suffering 1 D10 kill and stun damage to every hit location.
No.
But yeah,
No.
Sounds worth it.
if I do that, I'll be crumbling before I get halfway across it because I'll be just roaching my way through.
This is a zip line. We'll just ride the
Yeah,
zip
I was
line.
thinking zip line looks like
Well,
fun.
zip line would be athletics, right?
Well, right now that this is part of that too. I will say that you can try to get underneath there, but getting to the building that it's in still requires would still go ahead and require at least one of the awareness checks to get through, and then go
Yeah.
take it out. So, and also there is the other possibility of this that you are going to have to take out. It's like in order to do that, you'll have to leave a trail, and then ensure that everybody else makes it over. Plus, you do have the one problem here that you're going to have to. This is now going with other negotiation with the other your clients that you're traveling with. So, if you can't persuade them this is a good idea, they're going to turn around. They're going to go ahead and book it outside of it. So, how to discuss how you're going to handle this?
Well, I'm honestly kind of okay with avoiding it for two
Just
random
taking the
flags.
longer route. Yeah,
Yeah.
that seems wiser.
Okay.
It's an undue risk. Sure, we have to spend some more rations, but it's also more opportunity if you think about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless one of them is like way worse than this.
Which always could
But
be.
we'll find out.
All right.
Well,
So
it is red markets, but we don't know that it's red markets. We're just people.
all right, and I will say, let's see, skin and absentee. I forgot what. I don't have your sheet in front of me. So, what are your spots again?
My spots are so weak spot, no change without blood, and then soft spot, sympathy for survivor's guild.
Sympathy survivor. Okay. So, and what was your tough spot again?
Fenceman.
Fenceman. Okay, that's what I thought about. All right. So, I am going to throw at least one wrench in there that while everybody else is almost in agreement, but I will say that it is. It's like Beast of Burden, who's actually annoyed by this because of the fact that if we do this, you are losing two. That's like he brings up the argument that you're losing 2 days, or two. It's like basically it's like you're losing time to get up there, which gives the luchadors. That's like the luchadors, MT Gilf, and any other groups more time to basically get in there and to take exactly what they need or what they want, and possibly will leave anything for him. So he's wanting to basically push ahead. You're gonna have to convince him not to, because
The
I'm going to
red
have
markets
tactic
to
are
I
do it.
want to take is unfortunately, I don't think I think it would count as intimidation, which I don't have. So I'm not.
Well, for this, if you're going to
Basically, all I wanted to do was just describe all the horrible ways you can blow up.
well, and I will allow from this because you can either, for socialization, you can persuasion, sensitivities, persuasion or deception or intimidation are there. Leadership can be doing those well, or if you want to, I will allow one person to make one sensitivity roll to see if you can get a spot on him, and then that will give you a bonus to.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
I have sensitivity. Anybody else?
Nope.
No, no social skills.
All right, let me do my thing. 10/6, or rather 11/6.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you learn a soft spot on him, which this is desperate to help family. So you realize probably that this is a big enough score that can possibly, at least for him, guarantee it's like his family's safety in the recession. So, and given that he's a latent, he's never going there, so he has to at least make that count. So whoever makes your argument for persuasion, deception, or intimidation, or leadership, you will get a bonus into that. You will basically get a small bonus onto his. So whatever you roll, it will be at a +2.
Think about your family, man.
Like, how useful to his family is he in 5 pieces?
Killed in a minefield.
Think about Jenny. Just yell that and make your roll.
Yeah, think about your family.
Okay. Yeah, you've already made that spot, so go ahead and make your roll.
Okay, who's making the roll?
All right. Yeah.
You're the one with the persuasion checks.
Okay, because the way you said that yell, I thought you were doing it. So I was like, okay.
Okay.
I can do a leadership. I mean, that's the route.
Do you want to do leadership? That will.
I do have leadership. Yeah.
Okay, you can make a leadership roll. That's completely.
So with a +2.
That's better than what I can do in social.
Okay. So it's a total +3. And oh my god!
How much will do you have?
I don't have any more will.
Oh
No, he's.
Oh.
How can I defuse this? How can I defuse this?
You can't. That's a critical
no.
failure. So he
Ah.
goes running.
Yeah, he is thinking
Yeah.
about his family, thinking about his
He
needs
is-
so much. Now he's just
he-
dedicated.
Yeah. So here's what happens.
Hey, maybe he'll make
I'm
it.
gonna roll awareness so that I can just shout at mines. Like
well,
no.
He's gonna. Well, this is what happens. It's a critical failure. He is put up with it. He is up with Redbox. He has had it, and he runs in. So let's see if he has enough
Oh my
awareness
God.
to go through.
Can I aid him?
I'm lining up a shot in case when he dies.
Yeah, definitely. I was thinking.
All right.
I was
Let's
thinking
get out of the splash zone, cause I only
Yeah.
have one dose of suppressant.
Well, okay. So here is the progression. So he rolled, but he only had one awareness. He was under the market. So
Oh my God.
he was under the market. So he lands right on one. And
So self-control
I'm gonna
detachment.
all right. So I'm gonna make one roll, one more roll. This was actually his athletics. I'm gonna see if he got far away enough from you. He did. So you were out of the blast range, luckily. But let's. Oh, this is not gonna be good for him. Oh.
Oh man.
So yeah, that's the last of you seeing that. It's very lucky that he was out of the blast range because this is the latent, and suddenly you see it's like just a vapor of him going up, and you are out of the splash zone. So thankfully, anything that was part of his doesn't
Don't
come
breathe.
back.
And his body is utterly destroyed, right?
Oh my god, it is just utterly destroyed.
Okay. Well,
But here's what happens though. So we gotta. I have
Oh,
to
Self-control, I imagine. We just saw
Everybody
all
roll
this
self-control.
evaporate.
also zombies.
No.
Hey,
Yeah.
they can solve the problem. They run after it, and then we just keep having a continuous effect of it detonating.
Oh, it could get bad though, real fast though.
Oh yes,
yes.
horribly.
Yeah,
It's
we
going
know
to be
we do.
horrible. Nothing's good's coming of this. We just might get something entertaining.
Remember to yell at the Redbox and tell him to keep his boys in check in the future and listen to us.
Jeez, oh my god. Get on that now. All right, so yeah, self-control checks, everybody.
So
So,
I
man.
built that 6 black, 9 red.
all right,
10 over 4, I'm okay.
all right.
Okay.
Looks like I'm doing okay.
Anybody who fails, take at least 2 trauma to that.
2 trauma. Woo.
Yes. You can fail that. If you succeed, you only take 1 trauma.
Yay.
But yes, so let's see what's going on with the other 2. So
I really should have added someone to my list.
all right. Let's see, and finally, Redbox is okay as he critically succeeded. He has been trained. He is a soft heart, but he will keep himself together. Unfortunately, unfortunately, Dr. Quim and Blue Light are not doing as well. They're just kind of sitting back in the cowering from this as one of their friends has just been vaporized now, and
You don't make friends with your coworkers.
yeah, it's a little bit hard to hear from this, but I will say it's available. So there are currently. Oh God, you got really lucky. That is only 1 casualty, 10 shambles away. So
Okay.
either they have been wiped out from this because of the other craters, or it's just of everybody else. All the other casualties are very hard of hearing. So you do have a choice now.
Are they coming through the blast zone?
They will be, but you can actually see it's basically at the very far end of the street. So this is a long lane. So, but I will say that that's like you basically cleared out one end of it. So if you want to make your way towards the building again, everybody can make one more awareness check with a +1 to their rolls. Because you were going through, but this is that's 1 roll, and I will say that Redbox is going to have to be persuaded if nothing else. Because at this point, he's going to back up and just take the longer route.
That's what we were arguing for in the first place.
I'm up with that.
But I guess since we have that zombie in the distance, absentee, since you have the silenced rifle, I think.
No, I don't have a silenced rifle.
Which one of you
It's
has silence?
No.
Yeah, but I want
Which
to.
of you?
It's like an anti-material rifle.
I
You don't
have
have silence.
I have a silenced handgun.
Okay, yeah, could you pop it then?
Oh my god.
Don't waste the
Well,
bullets.
again, right
yeah,
now,
I don't even want to waste the bullets because
It
it's
is-
so far away. We could probably just get away.
it is
Yeah.
Okay.
shambles away.
Yeah, in that case, let's just move on.
Plus, we can maneuver in a way that it could just have to walk through the mine and kill itself anyway.
Okay, so yeah, he's moving back. So all right, you're moving back from here. I will say that just on one look. Let me take a look. As you're going through, because this. All right. Redbox tries to make another. It's like tries to make a scout, basically an awareness check to see if he can get more information on the path, but it does not make it. So, but yeah, he is definitely having a day, as the rest of you. So you backtrack. You're gonna get a little bit later, but but you are gonna still be in one piece. Sadly, Beast of Burden can't be said the same for.
Can we use foresight to see what might be coming up ahead?
Let's see. That would I would allow anybody to basically scout ahead for that. So, but you'll be able to see that. So, but you're on the next leg. Ah, damn it.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it
have
went
2
on-
awareness, so I could scout.
Yeah,
I just don't have any stealth in case there's something bad.
I have 3 stealth, 3 awareness.
Okay.
Yeah, you do that. Yeah, you.
Stealth and
Yeah, you'll just be the
awareness.
first person. You'll basically be the first person to see anything if you go into it. So I will allow that. Okay.
So you want me to make a stealth or awareness right now?
Hold on just for a second.
Actually, you should just make awareness, to be honest.
Yeah, start with awareness and then stealth if I
Yeah.
have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and also make sure that you mark off your next. Have they already marked off their next ration?
Yep, ration.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So, all right. Let's see.
All right. So
Okay. Yeah. You can go ahead and make a scouting check. Everybody else is kind of going behind, so it won't.
All right. I got an 11 over 8, but it was 2 8s.
Oh, critical
On the
success.
natural, yep.
All right, excellent. So, let's see. You are going through this. It's like you're noticing the wind is picked up a little bit, but a lot of this was a little further north than you were going. But you saw come up to the road, and you actually see that it's basically strewn with debris, different power lines. That's like trees that are down someplace. It's actually been fairly recent, honestly. You actually see some pretty large hailstones going through. Not really sure what had, but it's making the road. It's not a minefield, but it is still pretty treacherous overall. And you know that at least how you're on with what you're doing right now, you can go. It's like it's going to be hard to get at least across this road. You can go ahead and go around it without a penalty or spending any resources. But if you continue down this path, you're going to make an athletics check to see. We need to make an athletic check to make sure that you are not suffering any injuries, and that's like to be while going down here. There might be some things here, but that's like it's fairly treacherous overall.
All right.
So, although I will say, anybody who's looking at, I will say you, since you are on here, you can make one awareness check while you're here.
Pliskin. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Awareness. No.
Okay.
I think it's 8, 10. Yeah.
8, 10. All right. So, all right. Yeah, you don't see anything. It's basically just a lot of debris. So, when everybody catches up to you, you can just show them the situation. So it's group consensus. I will say that I will currently say that Redbox is not wanting any more trouble than they need, so he's willing to go around it. So, but everybody else, once you get here, let's see. OD and Absentee, you can make awareness checks.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
7 over 4.
7 over 4.
Let me roll.
So what was the bonus from the critical that I noticed?
Critical failure. It's all good. What are you talking
Well,
about?
I see it, but he sees something completely different.
So the bonus here is that you actually found a clear path around around it without without having to spend any other extra resources. So you are not off. That is the bonus off of that.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
so there's no penalty for this. You actually find a clear path, a deer trail or something. All right. But for the success, and it was OD who made that. Okay.
Yes.
So, all right. As you're kind of looking up, you get up to the edge, and you do see that there are a couple arms sticking up. Obviously, they are casualties, but they are not moving, and you see one heads off to the side. So, with a couple of the trees, so there might be bounty that's available off of those, but again, you'd have to make it over there, and to do that, that's going to be an athletics check to avoid any kind of injury. Because there are sharp trees, there are power lines down, there's just debris all over the road, so it's pretty treacherous getting through there. So you can get extra bounty, or you could ignore it and move on.
What's your
I'll point that
scavenging
out to my
at?
group. My scavenging is at 1.
Okay. Well, I will say scavenging. You see it clearly, so it's not going to be any kind of getting anything off of it. So it's just the athletic checks to actually get to the casualty.
I also have athletics 1. Anyone have
Uh,
better?
I have athletics 3, scavenge 2.
Yeah, I have athletic. I just have athletics too.
Oh yeah, but we probably need to resolve his critical.
Oh yeah, it's critical failure.
Yeah, I did critical fail my awareness.
Oh, awareness check. Okay, I'll say it's just you don't see anything. It was just
Okay.
there was no danger here. It's just that you were like, oh, that's ice and wood and things.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So nothing. You are
want to
good.
try to pick stuff up to make our longer trip worth it, or do we want to avoid getting pelted with ice?
I'm arrogant, so I think I can do it.
We've already lost time. Is the problem?
Okay. So all right. So at least your vote, absentee, is to go ahead and keep keep off it and not bother with it.
Yeah.
All right. So is that the consensus for the rest of the group?
He said he was arrogant, so he's for it.
I think I can do it.
All right.
And I think he can too.
Okay.
Even though, no, wait. Protect my crew. I don't want you to risk it.
Oh.
Oh,
Are you going to listen to them or?
No, you're arrogant.
You can
No, I'm
ignore us.
arrogant.
All right.
If
So
it's arrogant and you get yourself hurt,
all
then
right.
it counts
I'll
the
say, if you
will
decide
for
to
you.
go for it, you will gain a will back.
Athletics check, right?
Yep, athletics check. But you'll gain a will back for this.
All right, so 8-7 success.
8-7 success. All right, very good. You managed to go ahead and do that without spraining an ankle, and you end up finding 2 bounty off of it. So
Woo!
2 other casualties that were just completely decapitated by whatever storm that came through here and knocked over the trees. They probably were just lying up against it, or that's like near the power line. So poor bastards. But you managed to get 2 bounty off of it. So good for you.
All right,
All
so because I succeeded, do I get the will or no?
Yeah. Oh no, you get the will. So
All right.
you get the will. So you're indulging in that, and you have Redbox and the other people, the other fence posts, basically bitching at you, going like, "What? It was all for fucking that? Are you goddamn insane?"
Insane. That's just a state of mind that some people have to worry about. I got 2 bounty.
They're rolling your eyes at you.
It's not like he ran into a minefield.
Yeah, I didn't run into a minefield. That's a really
fuck off,
yes,
man.
that's the one. We didn't run into a minefield.
We want. We're the
Do they have to
professionals
make
here.
self-control checks?
Oh my god! Actually, you know what? If I want to make a, can I? I'll voluntarily fill a trauma check so that I can get a will and basically like do the group therapy for sympathy for survivor's guilt to just have everyone take a make a self-control check. Is that fine, Aaron?
Okay, let me see if I understand this correctly.
So basically, like,
you're wanting to
basically their comment triggers everyone with survivor's guilt, and then like I want to have a like kind of group therapy session as I'm like patting people on the back and saying like, "Hey, man, it's not your fault."
Is this why we met? Me and him?
So you're
not
wanting
your
to
fault.
you're wanting to fail to get the will back. And
Yes, I want everyone to, and I would like for everyone to take a risk too. I guess.
a risk.
What the heck?
Okay, and what are we doing what are we rolling for this? I can. Are you
He
just?
wants
I
us
was
to
just
roll
gonna do it.
self-control.
I was just gonna do it. Actually,
Okay,
roll
you know what?
self-control.
The thing is, I will say this is kind of part of that leadership that you have active.
Oh yeah, sure.
But I'm not going to make you roll it because you said you wanted to fail it for the will. So I'm going to allow you
Yeah.
to do that. But it just puts everybody else in a dour mood. But you're going to have to make the self-control check. And whatever, I'll say this: everybody, because of it, since this is a bad one, I'm going to say this is it's just one detachment that you'll gain from that.
Okay.
So everybody else, and that's going to be on the side for everybody.
Made it.
All right. Oh, you made it. Okay.
Yep.
You're lucky now. You only take. It's like because of this, you only take the one detachment.
How about
But-
us? Did we take anything?
It's like no. I'm gonna say this is gonna be for your other group because you guys are fine. You're the one who lost somebody. So in your group, so you're gonna be okay from that. But
I'm beginning to have a headcanon that Absentee and OD met because of the whole Survivors Guild.
man.
I have a road, so you just came
They're
to
like
me
this-
one day. Like, what the?
There's a lot of like, hey man, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
But
So,
this, yeah,
out
this
of
is more on Redbox and the other side. But the problem is is that yeah, if you had failed that, you would have taken 3 times that.
Group crying session.
so if they all die, do we still get paid,
That's up to you.
or do we
Yeah.
just take their stuff and
Yeah,
cash
just
it ourselves?
take
You're
your stuff.
You're not really sure. You're agreeing those with them. You might be able to get something out of it, but you don't know. All right. So, but yeah, you do have that. Yeah. Redbox is just beside himself right now, but he is at least persevering on. So, all right. But you do get around this one. You have 2 more legs to go, so go ahead and mark off another ration.
Woo, rations.
We're at 3 right now.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you're kind of going through. You get up a little bit higher through the area, and let's see. It's gonna get a little bit darker than you would assume right now, at least for mid. It's like midday. I will say. Let's see. Where is it? Pliskin, are you still rolling foresight on the scouting?
Yeah, that sounds like
Okay.
a plan. I think.
All right. You can go ahead and make your awareness check.
Foresight's only 2 though. But,
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. You need awareness check.
oh, awareness. Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. I failed. It was 4-6.
Okay. All right. So you don't really notice anything much about that, other than just it looks like.
Looks like a road.
Well, it looks like that, but it looks like it's a little bit more insect laden here. It's a bit odder, but not much. Kind of going through here, going through it. But it oddly it feels a little bit harder to breathe. Not really sure why. It might just be the elevation that you're at, but it's just a little bit more tired than you're used to. So everybody else can come back up. You're just seeing your side along the road.
Can I roll
once you're-
profession chemist on what's happening to him?
Yes, you may.
I didn't think I was actually going to use it.
Uh,
Yeah, that is 10 over 1.
10 over 1. So yeah, as you're getting up there, you notice that it seems that Pliskin is having a little bit hard time breathing because he was about maybe 10 minutes ahead of you on the scouting, and it feels like you're slugging down a little bit. And as you're looking from it, it's a little bit odd, but it really seems like that it's like that he's looking like he's not getting enough oxygen in some way, and not in the mountain air. That there's something else interfering that's not carrying the oxygenated blood to his system. What it looks like to you, more or less, is almost akin to carbon monoxide poisoning.
Oh,
So
shit.
anybody else here with that information? So if you can make a foresight check or a professional computer science check. If you have UVic specs.
I have UVic specs. I can make a foresight check.
All right.
Does anyone else want to?
I have
make
just
it a
normal
method.
foresight, but it's at 1.
Okay.
I have foresight
here
too,
for-
but I'm dying.
Okay. So 8/3.
8/3. All right. So, yeah, as you put that back on, an alert ends up popping up from the specs. And that's like letting you know that that's like these are it is an alert right now for environment saying that there is larger amounts of carbon monoxide and sulfur dioxide in the air. So a thermal vent has opened up somewhere. It's about that time that you feel that like, oh God, the ground is a lot warmer than we expected,
Should
especially
really
up.
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here is what goes on in this point. You can spend one extra ration to go around the area and to do this, but it's like in order to do this, takers who fail, it's like, but in order to do that, you're gonna have to at least make that's you have to get around the area, but also you're going to have to make where was it? Where was it? A resistance check, as you're basically trying to move up the area without it. If you fail the check, you're going to take 1d kill to the chest and breathe the fumes before realizing you need to get out. So,
Are we doing what is that? Defaults?
No, I can actually do resistance, but
I can't. I
you can't.
can't.
you could also just spend a ration to go around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
ration to go around.
You can spend the ration to go around. So,
I'd
going
rather
through.
do
So
that.
yeah, that will
Because
save
I
you, but you can
literally
try to
can't
push through.
resist it. I apparently am weak. I forgot to.
All right. So yeah, spend another ration, and you're around this area. So
This is ration eating time. Like we're
Yeah.
just
No.
power bars.
You
yeah.
had a
So this is
big ass breakfast.
all right. So they spend a ration too, realizing that this is not going through. Actually, I'm gonna make one awareness check.
I don't know, guys. It feels like we're doing
And
a
I
lot of
try
walking
to
around.
assist. I try to assist our friend here in walking.
It's okay. Yeah, if you spend it, it's just harder on that. But yeah. So what happens in this case is that as you're going around, you notice that for a second, um, for a second there, it seems that Dr. Quinn is staying behind. Redbox keeps calling back to her, but she seems just fixated on something in the distance.
God damn her.
So,
What the fuck?
What's wrong
and-
with these people?
and as she stops, she's like, "Can't you hear that? I think I hear my daughter," and starts moving forward. So the carbon monoxide, carbon monoxide poisoning is affecting her a little bit more.
Okay, who's got? I've got one athletics. Who has it better? Because I'm suggesting we just grab and drag.
Yeah, I have athletics at 2.
Okay, yeah. I guess it would be strength too, but
I have resistance at 2, but
yeah, I got resistance 1, athletics 3.
do you want me to do it?
Sure, I'm fine with
you'll
that.
probably be better at it than me. Even though part of me thinks, well, that's a good way to protect my crew. Except they're not my crew.
All right. Well, like I said, I will allow if somebody wants to do athletics to bring her back. I will allow 1 because she is becoming a little weaker, so she is not in a
I'm
in a
gonna be
position.
able to resist super well.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make your roll.
All right, I'll do athletics then. So, fail 3/7.
All right. So that's going through. You can flip it if you want to, but if not, she's pulling away.
Nope.
Starting to crawl. She's just almost stumbling going from that. So, and I will say because you did pull right now, you went back in there just for a second.
Mhm.
All right. That will just be 2 killing to the chest.
Okay, great.
So you could try one more time to pull her out, or if not, she's wandering in past where it's safe.
If you get stuck out there again and hurt more, I'll probably come in after you and get worse because Protect My Crew's going to kick in.
I can't. Damn it! I'm gonna have to pull out.
Okay. So that you're leaving somebody to her fate. So go ahead and make a self-control check.
No, I can't. Women and children first.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So first make your.
Can I assist him? Can we just do a freaking both grab an arm?
I fail.
Oh God.
Oh, I was gonna make a roll because obviously women and children first. So you failed again.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what we're gonna resolve this
Oh
first.
no, I failed my self-control check
Self-control check. So okay,
for
so
realizing that I'm leaving her out to die.
all right, so that's absolutely to detachment. So
Okay.
I have a 6.5 for athletics for trying to save her because women and children first.
okay, so you are indulging into that first.
Oh,
So
yeah.
all right, good. So yep, go ahead, gain that will back, and you do manage to go ahead and grab her in time. So I'm not going to say that she's too weak. She's weak enough to resistance. So you grab her, and you Redbox does as well, since he's coughing through a rag. But you pull her back. So
Man.
yeah, this is it's like, and it takes probably so you probably it takes a couple
Oh
of
my
hours.
god.
So, but you have to find a campfire around the other area, about maybe a mile or two outside of the vents area. But you do clear it out. Luckily enough, she had so she had some medical supplies with her. So yeah, it's like you have a little bit of actual pure oxygen, so that helps out just a little bit. Uh, but otherwise, it's going. But you're just kind of sitting there shell shocked. All right. But since that happened, I'm going to make one more roll to see if it's a possibility to get past this. Let's see if he can do a good foresight roll. All right, and you're lucky. Redbox has actually gone on to Ubik and managed to find another path through with one of his other contacts. So that is actually you will still have to spell your ration to get there, but you will bypass the last leg of this trip. So and make it over to McCafferty's area. So you're a bit bruised, you're a bit worse for the wear, but ultimately you are still at least making it up.
Great.
All right. All right. So as you get there, you see that the line, and I wish we still had drawing tools on this, but what it is that you see a gate line that is full chain link fence, which is actually topped by razor wire and several signs that are again oddly. That are obviously age worn. They've been through better times, but are still standing around, stating we that's like private property turn back. Trespassers will be. It's like trespassers will be subject to McCafferty's law. So, uh, and it just sounds really horrible and awful. So almost to the point where you probably think it was going sovereign citizen territory at some point. So
Oh boy.
which is one of those. But you do see you do see the gate off into the distance, and you see that as it goes up, there is a road. Well, it's like there is a steep road that is just going all the way up to the compound, which you can only see over the bare lip of the plateau running forward. Everybody else can go ahead and make awareness checks.
All right, awareness.
Okay.
5/3.
9 under 10.
Okay.
Tie. So it goes to the market.
Okay, so Ty goes to the market. All right, but no criticals. All right. Everybody else who made those, I guess you said was 9/10 and
No, 9 under 10's a fail. Sorry.
9/10.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
9
the
under
only
10.
one
Okay.
who made it.
Okay, so all right. Absentee. So yeah, everybody else is kind of looking through. As you are, I'll say the Ubix specs. You can go. It's like that. You do see some information from that. You do see a couple things that come up to mind. One, there's actually an AR overlay that
Oh.
you didn't recognize at first because you only put those on. But as you enter, you see that there is an AR overlay of McCafferty himself standing at the fence waving.
Uh.
I was like waving, but as you get closer, you realize that you see the fence has been cut itself,
Mhm.
and has been bent in through pretty severely. So, and as that's like, and you look at that, it's like, oh, holy God, what? That's like it's pretty large damage. But the AR display, hearing from there saying, "Hello, visitors to McCafferty's Ranch. May it's like it stops right now. Pre-recorded message 579. We feel that an intruder has gotten into the facilities and has been is currently maybe robbing this this citizen of all of his hard-earned gains. Will you render assistance for possible reimbursement? Noted reimbursement is that's only available and at the end of pre-selected contract. Please fill this out and agree. And you suddenly see a full list of terms and conditions up through your AR display.
I don't know, guys. You want to go with it, or
All right, I will say that let's
Is there
see.
a legalese rule? Should take
Yeah.
a lawyer.
I just want to know is what court of law would be enforcing this
Yeah.
contract
Yeah,
provisioned
that's
by a
true.
dead man.
Well, I'll say professional computer science can possibly do that. I will say if you want to take a chance and have let's see,
Foresight.
blue light
I was
special.
Or
You can do it,
networking,
blue light
Oh,
right?
blue light special. Yeah, blue light special. I know.
All right. So I will say this is kind of in the terms of an NetApp, for instance. If she actually succeeds on her roll, this will add a +2 to yours for either computer science, which you can get temporarily, or I will say
Foresight.
a research roll.
Okay, or research. Yeah.
All right. She does make that, so you have a +2 on research for this roll alone.
All right, so that's a 3 +3. Okay, that is a 8/9. But I'm going to spend a reference to call someone.
All right. Okay.
about this.
All right. So so it's still sitting there off to the side. If you wish to enter legally without without the protections, and convert to the protections of McCafferty, please say. Please agree to this now. Please
Well,
agree
first,
to this now.
first,
Please
what I'm
agree
going to
this now.
do is I'm going to call a reference to.
All right. Yep. So that's just what it's repeating. So what is the
Yeah,
reference that you're calling?
I'm going to call. What would be a good name?
Damn, a lawyer?
Everyone's
Neuromancer. There you go. I'm going to call Neuromancer.
All right, Neuromancer. So you call Ren. This one has accepted your call from the vast mindscapes of Ubik. My friend, absentee, how may this one assist you?
Hey,
Neuromancer.
Neuromancer. I was just wondering. So we found this AR overlay that is presenting a terms and conditions, offering for payment. And I'm just wondering if this is enforceable. If it's just I mean, the guy did make his money by getting into systems and looting them. So I just want your professional opinion on this contract here and what it means. So I then, send over a copy to the contract to them.
Okay. You get a moment of silence. Wait while this one reviews over this dense legalese. He goes silent for a second, and after about maybe 5 or so minutes of just kind of waiting around while the blamed him, please agree to enter. Well, it's like what I can see from this is that it seems that if there were any persons alive in this area, which more than likely there isn't, that would allow. It's like this states that if you come in here illegally, this will allow them to use any kind of level of force on you, which seems to be more relegated towards automated turrets and drones. So. But it does say that if you do agree to the terms and conditions and then provide adequate identification that you are part of a legal team representing that's like Mr. McCafferty, or in turn are asking for third-party arbitration while entering onto the premise, he is allowing you to have it under his rulings. So if you ask for this, there will be somebody or something to guide you and allow you through the premises unmolested.
Okay. Well, I relay that to the rest of the team.
So criminality to fake IDs as part of his legal team?
Yeah, that would be a great idea.
So, well, in this case, I'll say it. It looks. Neuromancer looks over and says, "Well, it doesn't seem that there actually needs to be any identification, although it might be on the premises, and that could be helpful if you can forge that. But as right now, as long as you ask for the third-party arbitration, it will it says it will believe you until verification by Mr. McCafferty is tells him the system otherwise.
Okay. So we can just go with third-party arbitration.
Yeah,
And then we
and if
won't
there's
need to
something-
worry about drones and turrets.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
if there's something inside that suggests we need the other thing, then I'll try doing it.
Yeah.
All right. So, but he says, this one thanks you for your time. This one only asks for the simple, the simple cost of your bounty once you, return from this endeavor of the mind. I will see you on the Thoughtscape. And
Yes. Thank
shuts
you
off.
very much, Neuromancer.
All right. So what you've
I
learned
think I used to
is
sell to that guy.
yeah. So what you. So what you've learned so far is that yes, this looks like there is at least some sort of AI system that is controlling the protective drones. It probably was also controlling the deliveries that we're going through here today.
Oh, yeah.
That's like throughout the rest of the year. So yeah, as long as you're playing nice with it, that's going to be okay. You don't see any kind of scorch marks around going up the area, but you're not sure what you're gonna find there.
I also had a question. What does it look like cut through the fence? Does it look like a truck ran through here? Or
Looking through it, it looks like somebody was initially cutting it up, so that they were trying to be a lot more careful about that.
okay, and
And
then they just said "fuck it" and smashed through the fence.
well, at least you saw that one through there, but no, it's actually it looks like yeah, they cut it and then they used some vehicle to bend through it as well once
Okay.
they could get through. So there's whatever vehicle's up there probably has a lot of scrapes on it. So
Sure.
getting through the area. I will say it looks to you it actually looks less like probably the luchadors because they are it's like they're mainly about powering through everything. So they are known also for fence leaping. And
Okay, so maybe
being
it
a
was
little
them.
acrobatic.
All right.
Probably Gilf. They have the
Yeah.
resources to have a truck up
Oh
here.
yeah, they do. I guess
Yep.
they do.
So you
It's only steel.
So if the luchadors aren't here, Gilf's probably already here already.
Okay. All right. Well, I will agree to the terms and conditions unless
All right.
anyone stops me with the AI.
Are you so given the information? Are you asking for the third party arbitration as well?
Yes.
All right. So, you see the display of McCafferty glitch a couple times. Hmm. I see. As that's like part of that's like my legal team, which is McCafferty, and McCafferty, has informed me. That is part within your rights. So if you will wait patiently at the entrance, a third party drone arbitrator will be with you shortly. So you see it goes off.
Let's
You
hope
wait for
it works, or else we'll be waiting a long time.
Yep,
Yeah.
you wait for about a minute or two, and then you see a drone fly out with a projector on the front of it. So
Great.
it unfurls a little mini screen on the front of it and produces what looks like a Coke can that projects an image on it and says, "Hello." As in the McCafferty image, I am your AI third party advisor. I will be allowing you access to the compound. I must warn you that the only places that will be available to you at this moment until Mr. McCafferty returns will be the current living and quarters. Anything else in there, including R&D, that's like storage or survivor gear, will be off limits until this point. Please follow me. And it starts flying back up.
Okay. I don't know if this is. I'm not sure if an AI that his company programmed really qualifies as a third party arbitrator, but oh well.
Yeah, it sounds more like
Sovereign citizen. So,
Nah.
which is working from there. But you guys can go all walk up during that. Everybody can make awareness checks while you're going through to see what you pick up.
I'm beginning to think a security team were goddamn angels.
11/3 success.
Nope.
Whatever
over.
we're rolling, I failed.
All right.
Awareness.
Awareness.
Yeah, 3 under 7 now.
3 under 7. Okay, so with that, with the one success, as you're going through, you do end up seeing that there are rocks placed at different angles around this. And while you're going around, you do realize that these are actually built on that actually are built into the hill and not there. They were dug out. There are hinges on it, and once you're going through, you see one that actually has been knocked up askew either by a storm or something, that is holding what appears to be that's like a 25 millimeter gun in it. So
Great.
it's something just ridiculously huge that is it's like probably set to pop out if anybody else if it tripped any of the sensors around this case. So you don't see any burn marks around the area. So it's if when Gilf got up here, it apparently
Yeah,
is a
that's
minor miracle. They either drove too fast or the system just somehow failed to get that up and running.
okay. Oh, that's good.
Oh, I say we cut the power to this place once we find out how,
Yes.
and take every gun we can out of these turrets.
Yep.
Yep.
After we take a truck or something to put it all in.
Yeah, just cannons going from that. All right. You
Criminality
do,
too. I could probably carjack.
but you do reach the top of the you do reach the top of the compound, and it just looks like a solid concrete building with different window reinforced glass portholes almost sitting out of it. Again, less a home and more just a standing mountain fortress.
Or a
As you're-
brutalist home.
It absolutely is a brutalist home. So it absolutely is. But as you go through, there's one main entrance off to this that you see going through, and as from the map that was provided by or the outlines that were provided by the other drones, you do see that there are that's like other sub buildings that are setting along to the side. The door slides open when the drone approaches it. Apparently, it hits a sensor that recognizes a transponder, or at least a call response from it, and the AI projection beckons you in. So as you're seeing, that's like as it's going through, it starts running through a list of right now. This comb was set up within that's like 5 years ago with the intent on that's like surviving any type of different environmental and or biological condition that could afflict the human populace. If it were that's like even though we sit on a very active that's like mantle situation within the Rockies, we are guaranteed that the underground facilities will last for at least 500 years before tectonic pressures ultimately crush it into the diamond that is the McCafferty presence. So, but he just keeps blathering on about the area. It leads you through a foyer that has very expensive artwork all around in almost pristine condition. Bases.
That could be.
It leads you off to the side, where it seems to be a very nice study that is just covered in what you can see different refrigerators that are still active. There's electricity that's going
Oh
through
my
here
God.
that's clean. It is just it is set almost pristine in a way that you have not seen in years.
Why
Everybody
would they take it as an enclave?
well
That's what I'm thinking. Is that new plan?
Or
New
just
enclave.
loot everything.
well in this case everybody can take a self-control check because you're seeing things you haven't seen in years.
Fail.
Die. What the heck? All my
I
food
am
is just
surprisingly okay.
All right.
Failed.
All right. If you fail, take a detachment.
Thank goodness I succeeded.
But the projection turns around and says, it's like, please make yourself comfortable while we reconcile with with McCafferty Industries, in order to be able to determine your eligibility for entry into the lower levels. And it moves out, and the door slides shut. So, all right. So we're gonna take a small break to go to the bathroom, and you guys can decide what you want to do next.
Our goal should obviously to just convince people this is to make a better enclave than anything they got going on.
No, just loot the whole place for money. Like expensive artwork, working electronics and everything. Yeah, no, we loot this place.
Yeah, but the thing is, at the end, we sell the location for someone else to set up an enclave.
Oh yeah,
that's good.
there you go. Yes.
I bet those Crusader fuckers would like it.
I'll be back in 1 second as well.
I'm gonna also wait for a second.
I had to get some rations to keep rolling dice.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yep.
Woo. All right, so what exactly is our plan here now? Like, just loot the place, but like, is there a more direct goal, or?
Yeah, we need to find a better way of dealing with security.
Yeah. Well, let's find Gil first, I think. Because if they've all been murdered by the security bots, you know, we have we have a goofus to see how our gallant will be able to fix it.
So do you have a computer one of you has computer science, right?
No.
Oh, darn.
I
I
don't think
thought
so.
you guys rolled it. Never mind. That you used a reference. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, you use a reference, but you do have somebody who does have that in the in the
Yeah,
form
blue
of
light
blue
special.
light. So, blue light special does have that. But part of that again is remember convincing and working together with them as well.
'Cause we need to
So,
basically get our IDs added to whatever database they have of McAfee employees, so we can just wander through.
Yeah.
So that might be a very good idea to see if you can go ahead and do that. I will say that once you're in here, you can make awareness checks to see if there's anything that you might be able to use. And in the functionality of this, you have. So how we're gonna explain the mechanics for it. The it's like part of the defense post. The remaining ones will act in accordance with you, unless you do something that's very off. So and oh, thank you. I reminded myself. Let's see. All right. Amazingly enough, they all make their. That's like they all make their self-control checks, so they are doing surprisingly okay for this. Blue Light's obviously very excited about what they've seen, and I will say the only part is Dr. Quinn is immediately taking out a bag, like older, somehow sterilized Ziploc bags that she has, and is dumping all the hors d'oeuvres and drinks that she's finding into it and rolling it up.
Wow.
Can
So-
we
I wanna
refill our
roll up one of
rations?
those.
Yeah, can we refill our rations?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes, I will actually say yes, you can.
Yeah. It's,
Okay.
So this is one lucky one that you can go ahead and take that into, but it's only because of the distraction. But yeah, everybody can go ahead and make awareness checks for this. Just see about things that you would like to check for, because
Um,
it doesn't. You're not certain if you're sealed into this room, but there's obviously a sliding door instead of an opening one. So
can I have make a foresight check about the best way of dealing with the security?
well, okay. What kind of what do you have any kind of professional security or
Nope.
criminality would probably.
I
criminality,
do have
yeah,
criminality too.
criminality? I will say over your foresight check. So
Criminality instead. Okay. The hell. Last will.
all right.
I'm-
All right, you're flipping that. All right. Yeah, so criminality tells you a couple things for this role. As you look around, you obviously do see that there are cameras everywhere. This room has at least three, giving almost a full view of the room going in. So if you do anything, you're fairly certain that the AI is going to pick up on it, and you're not really sure what's going on with it. You do notice that there seems to be some sort of control panel off to the left, but it seems to be either it's either biometric based as far as you can tell, just from looking at just from an initial glance at it, or it's some other ID. It looks like it has a card ID slot, but you don't know if that's if that can override it or if it's something that works in tandem. So.
Okay.
Which is
Okay,
another from that as well. All right. Did anybody else make an awareness check?
Um.
I got a 7/2. Success.
I failed with a 9/10.
9/10. Okay. So, all right. In this case, yeah, you absentee. You don't see anything out there. Pliskin. So you are taking, and you said you got a 7/1.
7/2.
7/2. Thank you. Okay. As you're looking through this, you end up seeing a couple of different that's like things on the ground that you didn't before, and realize as you're looking down, realize that one of these things, it just initially looks like a scrap of cloth, but as you're picking it up, it is a scrap of what looks like carpet armor. And on the opposite side of it, it look that's like as you look down, it's well, you would almost just it was almost unnoticeable unless you actually were looking for it. But as you look around, it actually is leading off into a corner that's like behind where one of the cabinets are. And as you pull it back, you see that there is a card that is there's actually one of the cards that dropped from that was pressed up against the cabinet and then drops down to the ground with a message that seems to be written in a very hasted Sharpie that was going through there, um, that says everybody else it's like was taken downstairs for processing. Don't know. It's like don't know if this.
What?
Don't know if I can get. It's like
Don't eat those hors d'oeuvres.
don't know if I can get out. Get out. Uh, use this card to get out and send help. And then it just ends. And you look down on it, and it apparently is what you see here is a card that seems to have the McCafferty logo on it, and looks like it could fit into that. It could fit into that sensor.
All right, so we got a card possibly for the sensor and bad things happening, and carpet armor, right?
And the word processing.
And
Yeah,
the word
bits-
processing.
Bits of carpet armor. So
So
Hey,
bits does it count as carpet armor?
no, not really. It's basically like she tore whoever had this. She tore off
Alright.
part of it, just a little bit of it, to leave a
trace.
a trace. Basically,
Alright.
something that a drone really wouldn't pick up on unless it was cleaning it up.
All right.
So, Little Boy Blue, could you tell us what you think of this control panel and card?
All right. Yep. Blue Light Special is going to take a look at that. All right. That's currently a 11/9. Very good. So, she takes a look at it and specifically says, "Oh, well, it absolutely looks like it's a card reader, but if we look over to the biometric ones, I'm not sure how it's probably going to kick us back with anything else. I could possibly override it with one of ours, like because if we have Dr. Quinn has one of her, it's like has a, it's like has a stethoscope. I could basically do some. It's like basically try to trick the system into like overriding it, but I would need a card reader or something that we could get into. So, in order to be able to get out of this, or at least set it as access for other places. So, without that, we're probably going to be royally screwed.
Shit.
But I thought we had a card reader in that control panel.
You have a card reader, but you don't have a card programmer. That's the problem.
Okay.
So it's one that it's
device.
something to actually imprint that information onto the chip and or mag strip.
Do you have any U signals on your specs?
Yeah. Can I see that?
Yes, you actually do. Yeah, the building has not cut off signals because it's obviously using UBEC to command the drones back and forth, so it hasn't cut that off.
Okay, so what kind of wireless networks are? Like, are they named interesting things that might, give a clues to what their function is, or is it just signal 1, signal 2?
No, this is actually no. McCafferty was one of noting everything else into the system. So, first one is it's like it's like the first one, the one that actually allows you to access first that's open into the system is just called Welcome Wagon. There are other two. One that actually is listed as R&D. The other one is listed as supply and delivery. There's another one that says Mountainside Defense, which you assume is the drone level, and the other. That's like, and there is one other in that that says it's like private coffer that is bringing this that is setting this up.
Okay.
So so you can access the general information about that around the system. So
Alright.
I will actually say with if you have go ahead and roll research, and you can get some general information.
Okay. Yeah, 5/1.
Okay, you are looking at this, and you learn a couple things with it. That the room is actually not locked as you thought it was. Basically, pressing that's like your hand on the biometric scanner will go ahead and give you it's like it will register you into the system, which you it's like at least that information to what the drone has already scanned, and then allow you access through that's like the top level of the area. But everything else is more restricted too. So
Okay.
and the other thing that you learn if you go up and press against it, it actually will pop out a card. So you can't put one back in to basically read it, but so it was actually a mistake when you first saw it. It was something that's going to produce one for you.
Okay. So then in that case, I put my hand up and get a card.
Okay, yep, you do that. It says guest one registered. Thank you so much.
All right.
Now that we know that's a programming system, can she set it up so that the next card it prints is something a bit higher than guest?
That could it's like unfortunately she actually says like that would require access to security probably, and I don't and we have to figure out where that is, and it's probably not going to be here on the guest level.
Gotta find a hard point.
Well, we have a hot cold system with the U specs, but that's not very useful.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit
Yeah.
off from it. I will say though that once you have all that access, it gives you a full line map on the UBEX. So, and also for the moment right now, you don't have to worry about charging rations on it because the system is wirelessly recharging it. So,
Oh, my UVIC specs?
yep. So while you're
Oh, wow.
while you're in the building, you basically have access to that. So you don't have to worry about using up your
Oh,
charges.
nice. Great.
Okay. Yay. Deadeye's hack.
Ah,
Let's kill everything.
But yeah, it does give you a full listing out there, which is basically top levels are residences, studies, kitchen, everything else. One of the levels underneath it is actually an expansive garage that you
Okay.
see that is listing different vehicles. Most of these are general gas ones. A couple of them are hybridized, but it does show that are two. One of them, which is a larger Humvee, that is solar powered. So, but that also it also states that all vehicles are restricted to the personal access of Mr. McCafferty himself, which is
Okay. Well, we still have access to those areas, even if we're not allowed to take the vehicles. So I say let's go. Let's have ourselves a little walk around and try to see what we can find out.
Yep. So you can go ahead and take a look at that. So I will say that everybody else, you can choose one area to kind of look through. So again, it was like kitchen areas, dining areas, some bedrooms, going throughout that are that's like this are wandering through. If you want to make another awareness check, or I will allow scavenging checks in areas to find if you want to go to a specific area.
I would like to go to the bedrooms.
All right. So, absentee, you'll go to the bedrooms. Go ahead and make an awareness check, or go ahead and make a scavenging check.
I don't have scavenging.
You don't have it? Okay, then I'll allow awareness. So.
Okay. Yeah, 5/2.
5/2. Okay. You've taken as you're looking around everything and just imagining it, and also I'm going to be nice and not make you make another self-control check because you find that there's a bathroom with running clean water.
Oh my
So,
god.
I won't make you make another one right now, but
Wow.
it is. I will say that
Such luxury.
when you
Fill your
had
water bottles.
exactly.
Oh
That's
yeah, fill water bottles.
Yeah,
There
you start
go.
filling water bottles too, and I will say that Redbox comes behind you and ends up doing that as well. But you do find a couple things, drawers that are still full of clean clothes, not fully on. It's like fully said, but it is not grime cloth. It is not
Oh
things
my
that have
god.
taken out for a while. It's a little bit maybe dusty just because it's been sitting in a drawer, but that's about it, though.
Holy shit, we're gonna make it big with this one.
Yeah.
We just need to get everything.
Yeah.
And don't
You-
get processed.
Yeah.
Don't get processed.
Whatever the fuck that means.
I'm just questioning the rations I refilled now.
Yeah, well, there's the water, right?
Yep.
That. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, but in any case, are there any rotting corpses that died from self-inflicted gunshot wounds in the bedrooms? Or...
No. Again, everything is remarkably clean.
Can't trust
Wow. Okay.
Which is working from that. So yeah, it's just this is like a decent sleeping area. So that just is amazing to how much that you see this in here.
Okay.
I will see. So at least that's what you're finding in here. So, and honestly, and if you could take out that kind of clothes, that's worth enough bounty in and of itself. If you
holy shit.
if you can get stuff out like this.
I also have another question. Is McCaffrey's master bedroom and study are both we both have access to those, right?
No, you don't.
Okay,
That
not a
actually
study.
once that if you bring up that question before, you see the AI overlay come up again saying, Mr. McCafferty is welcoming of all his guests, but is highly treasuring of his personal privacy. So unfortunately, we have declined to allow the location of Master McCafferty's it's like bedroom into this area. I hope you will forgive. It's like the intrusion. Goodbye, and it disappears.
Okay. Well, what else is that?
All right.
So I guess kitchen area next.
Yep. So you can go through that. Yep. And again, you find a stocked pantry with a lot. It's like cans that are obviously older, but non-perishable goods or things that are being kept in good enough condition that are actually they can still be edible at this point. That are going that's like that is actually going through, including like the really good MREs, like the ones that were made for very rich people who are camping out on safaris.
I opened one up and started eating it.
Oh yeah, so
we're guests. So we're allowed the food.
Yeah. I will say that's another self-control check to basically make sure that you're just not overstuffing yourself. This is everybody who's in the kitchen, so I will include the others as well.
Oh, I broke even, but I failed.
All right. So yeah, you. I'm gonna say that this is gonna be one on track on the stress because this is now stress eating.
God. Yes.
That you're going through, and the others of the fence post are basically doing the same thing, almost to the point where Redbox actually throws up a little bit because he is just eating so fast he cannot take it.
All right.
It's so good.
This is working from that. But I will. So you're going to be out of that, but everybody else who's in the room can go ahead and make an awareness check to see if you see anything else.
All right.
I critically failed.
No, 10 over 5. That's
10 over 5. All right. So you just don't see anything. You're just looking at that food, going, "Oh my god, what ended up happening?" But yeah, you. So you end up looking over, and you actually see the pantry. And as you're looking through it, it's a little bit fascinating because you were wondering like how they're getting any of this food or delivery, but you realize that this walk-in pantry, which has to, it's almost, let's see, probably it's huge. It's probably about 15 feet by 20 feet. It's it's just gigantic comparatively for what it is. It actually is. It actually is a part of a larger elevator / dumbwaiter system. That once if you have the proper access, you can activate it. It will lower down to the stores and then bring up everything. But that's part of the access system.
Okay, that is, yeah, that's good.
All right. So, which is a huge area within that. So let's see, and actually, OD, I will allow you to go ahead and make one more criminality roll.
Okay. I will spend 1 extra.
Okay.
Not that freaking mattered.
Okay. So, yeah, again, the food is too much to you that it's not really kind of registering on your line right now, but it's a little bit off. So, all right, but yeah, as you're just kind of eating from there, the drone ends up coming behind you a little bit quick, produces the projector again and says, honored guest of Master McCafferty, I do apologize, but at this moment we seem to be possibly having a slight security issue. So
Well,
that's
that's
like,
why you brought us in.
well, no, you were part of asking for third-party arbitration, which we are still waiting for Mr. McCafferty to fully come back and to be able to verify your identities. However, if you would like to be able to, it's like if you would follow me, we will lead you to the processing waiting room. We will. That's like where you can wait this issue out until it is taken care of, which is about the time you start hearing the large booms coming from the. That's like outside of the house.
What is
Someone's assaulting
processing?
the
I
house.
say bizarrely
Yeah,
called.
define processing.
Oh, processing is the that's like processing is just making certain that you are healthy and that's like and not
Oh
that's
god.
like healthy and not having any communicable diseases at this point, and are allowed to that's like step into the ends of the area to be able to enter into the full or all employment of Mr.
What's the
McCafferty as you
accreditation
were
to
on
the
his
medical
property.
staff performing disapparent physical?
So, all the questions will be answered in processing. Please follow me.
Wants
You
to turn us into slaves.
Yeah, I was thinking Mine Shaft Gap from.
Yeah.
Okay,
But the drone starts bleeding a path going for out, but you're just hearing these explosive shots outside.
Is there a
And
window I can look out of? To see what's happening?
absolutely. So,
Oh, they're trying to assault the.
well, no, go ahead and
base.
make an awareness. I'll say, well, no, you don't even have to make an awareness check because you're seeing it, but everybody else is hearing it. That between the that's like between the shots from these gigantic guns, you're hearing what sounds like metal music,
Yeah.
or
Okay.
specifically, I will. Oh, let's see.
so the
Uh,
rest of the guild came to save their buddies.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Try to
okay.
make-
Everybody else who's hearing this right now, because it's or specifically the range of this is I'm going to say this right now. I'll allow foresight rolls on this. So everybody you're all hearing
Oh
this.
my god. Oh, I know what they're gonna do.
I
Critical
succeeded.
success.
Critical success.
Yeah.
I just almost succeeded. Sorry.
Eyes of Chaos by what's that? One's human.
Oh my god! So this is great. Okay, so with
I
their
love
normal
this song.
success, you recognize this. You recognize this as a particular genre called pirate metal.
Yeah.
Hailstorm.
Yeah.
And everybody, yeah. So and everybody else,
We are here to drink your beer.
it's very
Want
funny
more
that you should say that. There is
wenches and mead.
there is for those of you who critically succeeded, you do recognize that as the band Ailstorm, but by the Taker group Ailstorm. That's like that. These It's like, and for those who are not familiar with them, these are a group of gentlemen with either private military background or otherwise who they decided that after being takers for so long, they really could not they could not take the stresses of the waste anymore, and realizing they were not going anywhere for their life, so they decided they were going to take the more hedonistic approach and decided to make a war rig with 25 millimeter light automatic cannons, similar to the
Oh
ones that are in the front of
god.
that, to storm any place that they please in order to take the alcohol.
Oh boy.
So it's like, and it's led by a great gentleman by the name of Captain Bows, and you know the fact that they're taking grid, but there's a good chance they're making it up this hill as that's like you just hear the
Do they have
roar of
specs
this
we can
engine.
talk to?
Oh, sorry.
I said, do they have asking? Sorry, I forgot your name already. Absentee.
Yes.
To check to see if we can get them on comms or something.
Yeah, we should do that.
Okay, well, here are your options. So you know that the house is generally being attacked at this point. So you can make one of two choice. You can make the choice of trying to contact them, which I will say for free that Blue Light Special lets you know that the house you're on their network for the Ubix, so the house might know what you're doing if you get a hold of them. Or that's like, and also you'll also have to go with them to be able to negotiate with Captain Bows, or you could try to get further into the building while using them as a distraction.
I
So-
feel like that last
Yeah,
one. Is
I think further in building, but I think the dumbwaiter, especially if we can get at least some of the other team to block camera sight angles, since I've already
Oh,
identified
yeah.
the cameras. Because I wonder just how many sensors they actually have inside the dumb system.
Oh,
Uh,
that's true.
that is a possibility. I will allow a criminality roll for that.
All right. I make that.
Absolutely. So, you notice that now, yes, most of the camera systems out are pretty much set for that, are basically outside the pantry because who's going to be looking inside of it for food? Also, if you decide to, excuse me, if you manage to it's like do a good enough computer science roll, you might be able to trigger it, thinking that they have loaded up enough goods on it to be delivered back into the downstairs storage area. So
Okay. That
you would,
sounds like a job for Blue Light while the rest of us take the system down.
okay. So all right. So are you when taking the system down? Are you mainly shooting out cameras or whatnot?
Probably don't
I
need
meant
to shoot them. We can probably just knock them out or smash them.
Okay, so all right, so I will say that you can do that. This is basically doing something to distract the system in order to do that. So what you have no at least electronic means of doing that at the moment, and the drone is coming back saying, "Please follow us to processing. Please follow us to processing."
can I use my social skills to just keep it busy?
Oh, what social? All right, well, this is a deception. So your base. I'm gonna say this is a hard deception.
Get it in a logic loop.
All right, so yeah, You're trying to get into a loop. So what are you saying to it to keep it busy?
I'm going to complain about the quality of this place, and this is such a disappointment. And why isn't he here already? What?
Okay, so you're enacting
I'm
your own sovereign
being.
citizen rights. So okay, that
I'm
that
exerting my citizen rights on him.
French flag.
all right. So I'm going to say this: you are now on a clock. You will have at least 3 rounds to be able to get the dumbwaiter the dumbwaiter pantry working, or else that is when either the drone will lose patience. And also the ale storm will crest the plateau and come in. So you will have that time to get it
Yeah,
working.
and because this is a crazy ass idea, 2.
Okay. So you rolled a 2.
No, I'm putting in Roach,
Oh, you're trying to get
which I
Roach.
didn't need to, but oh well, that's the problem.
All right. Have you hit crumble on anything yet?
No, I've been very good about spreading out my things.
Okay, good. So, all right.
No,
So,
I
all right.
think
So you
it's
accept.
okay, my there I am.
All
I
right.
was having
So,
troubles marking them.
all right. So you have that accepts the argument. So it is in a loop cycle with you as you're just arguing back and forth and discussing on sovereign citizen rights. So before. I will say that's given Blue Light her chance. The 2 actions you can do will give her a chance to get a bonus on this dice. So, so absentee and excuse me, absentee and Pliskin, what are you doing?
I can give stealth, I guess, to try to move. Oh no, mechanics. I have 2 in mechanics to help out blue light.
Okay, so all right, so you're going to try to physically bypass a wire.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any kit with you on your character sheet
Nope.
for electronics? Okay, mechanics. All right, I will allow this because it's just physically trying to do it. So go ahead and make your roll.
Okay. 6 over 5.
All right, good. So all right, that will give her a +1 on that, and then all right, and then Pliskin, what are you doing?
Oh, okay. So one of my options, I got distracted for a second there. But,
Okay, so you're trying to give Blue Light some bonuses to her roll in order to override the dumbwaiter system in the pantry. So you can do something by either, I will say, continuing to distract the security system, or the around the corner. You can try to disable stuff. I will say criminality is a part of that if you want to give that a try. For that, let's see. Awareness. I will allow an awareness or a foresight roll. Or foresight specifically to see maybe where the cameras will be pointing or what might be a distraction that will keep their eyes off of you or keep the system from alerting the system to your presence.
Well, I have 2 in foresight and nothing, and I think anything else you named thus far, so that might
Okay.
be the one to go with.
All right, you can go ahead and roll foresight.
All right, and 4 over 1.
4 over 1, excellent. So you realize that if you are that's like with all the explosions that are going around, if you angle some of the it's like some of the actual silverware, like in silver platters and stuff that are around here, you will actually it will blind the sensors long enough so it won't see you. So it's just trying to reconcile its resolution. So, but yeah, that gives you 2 ones. So blue light is going to make her roll at a +2. Oh God. Okay.
No.
So, and that would have been okay had she not critically failed.
God.
So,
Does she have will?
Yes, she will.
She does at least one, so I will allow that to downgrade it to I'm going to allow that to downgrade it to a failure. So she's going to take one more turn to be able to try to get this out.
I'm not sure how long I can BS with this thing.
Well, it's a turn. You have two.
I
You
will
have 2
shoot
more.
it.
You have 2 more until the crest. So she'll try again. Well, actually, I think that she with no, it was downgraded to a normal failure, so she can try one more time at least. Critical would have locked you out of the system. So.
Yeah, bad.
Which is working from that. All right. So going back again, you can do another mechanics check if you want to help that. And,
Yes, I will.
All right, go ahead and make that roll. This is making it possible for her to do it.
11 over 1.
All right. So that's making her possible again. You guys can, and we can do more aiding rolls, or you can. I will actually say, since you don't know if you're getting down from here, I will also allow scavenging rolls in the moment to actually get bounty because.
Yeah, scavenging.
Oh yeah, we really should.
10 over 9.
10 over 9. Okay, yeah. So that silver platter that you're using previously, stuff it down in there. That's worth something. Most of the food, just stuff it right now. This is giving. I will actually say that it is well worth the bounty, but you're filling up your haul, unfortunately. So that's going to be difficult. But we'll work from that from where you are. And Odie, what are you doing?
I'm still having to keep the drone busy, aren't I? Or can I avoid?
Oh yeah, you're arguing with the drone. So go ahead and continue yours. I will give you a +1 because you caught it in a logic loop, so it's a little bit easier to continue it.
Okay, plus this. That beats. Thank you for the +1. I succeed.
All right, good. So, yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's still in the logic loop right now. That will continue as long as you can continue.
He's not the boss of me. I am the boss of me.
All right. So yeah, the explosions are coming.
Ask him to define literally every word in its sentences.
Yeah.
Please clarify the.
Yep. What is the meaning of the? All right. So blue light's going to try one more time. She is currently at a +2 again. We'll see if she gets through. And luckily enough, she does. So you hear the. That's like she says, "All right, it's get on, come on." You actually start to see through the open door that the pantry is lowering itself. So everybody is jumping on.
Yep.
Okay, I suddenly go, "What in the world could that be?" Pointing at the giant war rig outside.
Yeah, and you do. All right, that is enough of a success that it looks around and says, and the projection says, "Excuse me, Mr. McCafferty's that's like image does not recognize that." As you, I will say, everybody who has not seen this. It is basically an APC that has somehow had the front end of a theme ride attraction galleon stapled to it. And do this.
Yes.
Blasting Ailstorm's drink while firing 2 25mm cannons with their Captain Bows on the side, screaming in glory.
Waving like an Imperial Guard tank commander.
Yeah, and you feel the house shaking as it suddenly hits. So, you managed to close the door enough of time and are descending into the bowels of the pantry. So
wonderful.
I'd be so tempted to destroy all the liquor just to piss them off.
No.
Oh,
but you want them distracted.
No, they're great people.
Oh
Like,
my
We need
god.
to. No, no. If anything, we hold it hostage for our safety.
Oh.
oh yeah, there you go.
Actually, okay. I'm not gonna make it.
I'm not saying we sell it to them. I'm saying if they're planning on shooting it up, and here say no, don't.
We will burn
let us
it.
get out, or we
No,
will burn the booth.
Damn it, that's like a common sense roll. Anyway, so
A common sense roll.
To
Oh
cause a
my
fire in a closed building and suck out all of
Yeah.
our oxygen? Eh.
Yeah.
okay, so you do make it up. It does descend probably down at least. You
Sorry.
see from there, it almost looks like 2 levels. So the Ubix specs are no longer, and the Cals are no longer giving you the actual layout as it's pulling up a restricted file. But
Mhm.
it stops, it lights up, and you find yourself in a fairly that's like cavernous storage room that is just loaded down with food.
Oh my god. We're here for the weapons though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the weapons are the primary aspect of this, so they would go for security. Everybody else can go
Only
ahead
so
and make
long as the
another.
others
Yeah, everybody can make an awareness roll.
on awareness. All right, 11 over 9.
Critical
Um,
failure.
Okay.
Let's see. I got 8 over
Stuffing too
1.
much food into a backpack.
And everyone. Okay. All right. So for those who succeed, this is as you're walking, looking around, you do actually come across a physical map that has been
Oh shit.
that has been burned onto the side of the one. It's like a laser etching that
Oh,
was burned
okay.
off to the side
You
that
wanna share?
shows the general area. You are in the first sub basement, which does include the security room, which is off to the side. They said that's like the problem being is that you're seeing from the doors on the side. It does have another card key and slash biometric reader, so part of that would be getting through that area to begin with. Absentee, you're just kind of amazed by all the food, but as you end up it's like you kind of trip over something, and you realize that it's like once you stand back up, you've tripped over a hand, so that is still
Oh,
attached to a body that is now very, very unconscious and bloody next to you.
does it look like a taker or does it look like a?
Yes. Yes, it actually does. You look down on it. Look down. It's a woman, probably in her late 40s, early 50s, slightly graying hair. But she is in. That's like she is in partial carpet armor, and also has the. That's like also. It looks like she's probably had part of carpet armor that was torn off. So this looks like this is the person who was around with you.
So
Oh,
does it
okay.
look like she escaped in here and died, or was this the result of processing?
Well, taking a look right now, she is still breathing.
Yeah, she's
So
just unconscious.
Okay, I've got first aid, but we also
Does she
have to
have?
talk to Quinn.
Does she have like a UBIC or anything that might have recorded information as to what happened to her?
No, she does not. But
Mm.
as you were looking into, as they are looking there on her, you see that there are 2 bolts that seem to be sticking out of her arm. So, around the side where her art, that's like the main veins are going through, and it looks like it was it looks like it was just recently put in because it's pretty red and angry around
Oh,
there, looking like
mm,
it's just under the terms of a normal infection.
yeah.
Uh, but she seems to be breathing, but obviously she's running a fever and she is not doing well. So,
Um,
and it looks like from the blood that is around her, she may have been down here for maybe a day at most from
Well,
the
damn.
level of
can I
coagulation.
revive her with first aid kit?
Yeah, you can actually. I will say that. Do you have a med? Do you have a first aid?
Yes, I do.
That one? Okay. Yes, you can go ahead and I will say, given her level, let's see. Yeah, go ahead and make your roll first and see what you get on first
Okay,
aid.
I got 10 over 7.
10 over 7. Okay. She's in pretty rough shape. But I'll say too, in order to bring her back to consciousness, she's probably gonna it's probably gonna be 3 charges off your first aid kit because she's in bad shape.
I'll do it.
Yeah. So you'll have the smelling salts on there. So
And some
she
blood and transfuse.
yeah, she wakes up, just immediately scrambles off to the side, and goes like, "No, no, I'm not gonna go back down there. I'm not your drain." So
What
she looks.
happened?
Oh God, you're not the boss. You're not that
Nope.
fucking hologram. Oh shit.
Nope.
Uh, 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 who, who are you? Look around. Like, holy shit, it looks over at Redbox. Like, you're one of the fucking fence posts, aren't you? Like, yeah, one. Are you with Gilf? What, does it look like I'm with the fucking Crusaders? And, like, uh, how did you find me? How did you get down here?
We were also interested. We got in through the dumbwaiter up in the pantry.
Oh god, just I think I also I can lie. I tried to activate it, but it wouldn't come down, and the damn things are around here everywhere. It's just, oh my god, just we need to get out of here. So
What the hell is processing? What happened?
you see her visibly freeze, and she's just kind of staring forward. So she's obviously traumatized by this, and
I have a
Yeah.
horrifying theory now, but I don't think my character would come up with it.
okay. So, alrighty. So, if you want to try to get a hold of her there, I'm gonna say this is either persuade. You can do sensitivity to get get a spot on her to be able to help out, or if you just want to do general persuasion or
Leadership.
I will allow that.
Yeah, I got leadership. Unless someone has a better better
All my
skill.
socials are at 1, so
Okay, so yeah, let's
I
just do
can
that.
try a sensitivity, and if I succeed,
Okay, well,
you do
I
the
succeeded.
spot.
9/2.
9/2. Okay,
Tell
excellent.
me plots. What happens?
Is that your sensitivity roll?
No, that was my leadership.
Leadership. Okay. So what do you say to her to snap her out of it?
Look, soldier, I go into full on military, like, go soldier. What happened? We need a sit rep. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Like, we're in a dangerous situation. We all need to stick together. I basically go on full on soldier mode and like commanding officer, drill sergeanting it a
Okay.
little bit.
Yep, and given Gilf's structures, you actually do snap her out of for a second. Didn't know there were actually any men out here. So, make it out here. I might make it worth your while.
Great.
So but no, we got in here a day ago. Managed to fool the system to think that we were debuggers, programmers initially. So we had a couple of people who used to work on some of the old that's like Ubix servers back in the day. Uh, but we once we got up here, it said that we needed to go down to processing for our uh it's like to get our security credentials, but they took us way further down. So there's like a sub basement to the sub basements in this place, and then they all knocked us out with some sort of gas, and then the gas when I woke up I was like this, but this is the bigger problem right now. So it's like we got lied to at least by it's like the fuckers who ever reported McCafferty's death. The asshole's still down here. So but
Great.
no, that's yeah, they didn't realize something there, but he's it's like the system right now is keeping him locked down. He was a smart enough bastard to get people that had drones that actually worked out pretty well, but the the problem is that he is it's like he's a casualty. He got bit. They didn't know it going through it. So we tried to take him out, but it's like the system wouldn't allow us to. And the problem is that they keep feeding his blood into other people right now to see if somebody has an immunity that they can pump back into him. But he's a fucking corpse.
God damn it.
Like it thinks he's still alive and he's just on through. And that's like, and I was the only one to get out. They didn't. That's like, thankfully. So she kind of looks for a second, like, okay, god damn it, I'm already in enough right now. So they couldn't do it to me. And they released me thinking that they could get that's like they could take my immune blood and get him out, but try to reanimate. That's like to cure him of being a casualty. But the fucking that's like, but I had to crawl back. I got out of there and basically broken up and hid in here. But just, ugh, I got sick with something.
Okay, how sick is how heavily armed are the drones? Do you know about security turret situation in the inner basement?
No turrets down there. He's basically just like they don't want to do anything. They could actually. There's a lot of oxygen stuff they're doing. It's completely insane. It thinks he's alive, so they keep basically pumping stuff into him to see that it'll go through. But he has No, it's like, but there's no firearms down there. Just maybe it's like long range tasers so they can keep it away from him as long as the
This
Okay.
shock
has
doesn't
some
set off.
very poor medical systems if they think a creature without a pulse is alive.
So the point is not that they think that's like they see it moving around, so it confused them. So they thought he could. That's like they thought he
They
was
made
still
a
alive,
judgment
but just
call,
sick.
and they made a judgment call, and they chose alive instead of dead.
So, but everybody else is dead. I'm the only one here, and I can't let anybody else get in there because did the luchadors come after them? I didn't see them.
I don't know. Maybe.
So, and then at that point, you kind of hear another dull boom as the building shakes just a little
Someone
bit.
is coming though. Ailstorm's coming in to loot the place.
What? Ailstorm?
Yeah.
So, oh god, that could actually get us out of here. So, oh god. But yeah, we actually need to get. That's like we actually need to get the fuck out of here, though. Well, we do it. I want to take stuff, but I can't do this anymore. We gotta get out.
Where's the truck?
I
your
have a
job,
weird
soldier.
theory. We just seal off the basement further and just loot the upper floors.
Yeah.
We just say fuck McAfee and whatever he's got down there and just keep the drones from getting out.
Yeah.
All right. So okay. Well, in this case, Red Box does go up to stuff like, what about the fucking weapons? That's like, what are those?
You saw the
And
turrets
she's-
up front. We can rip those apart once we get them disconnected.
That's gonna be a heavy chore right now. But she looks around. I don't know if we can do that. So we got to get.
Look, they're just gonna run out of it. Like eventually, they'll run out of ammo shooting at Ailstorm.
Okay. So all right, but and that's a possibility from there. Although Ailstorm.
I just have a different question about Ailstorm. Loud metal, cannons.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna bring it a
We're
bunch.
gonna have a freaking horde here in a few minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, we might just have to loot it.
Where's the truck?
We do have access to that area, I guess.
So you do have access to that, although none of them actually can go through unless you can actually go through it. But she does say that she has been given access to at least the security. She didn't. She kind of hid in here, but she tried to get in the security room, but it was pretty well blockaded off. So you could possibly rig up a card read. There is a card reader, card encoder in there, so you could possibly get something to get down to the vehicles and they go through. But it's going to be some other security checks.
You were injected with some of McCaffrey's blood.
So yeah.
Have some of it.
So
put it in the biometric reader.
You look through it. She sees that the ports are on there, and
I'd focus on around the metal parts that were stabbed into her.
Yeah,
because that would have be easiest to separate from her blood. You know what I mean?
So
yes.
Well, you have no beakers on there too in this case, but it is a long shot. Mind you, though, she is
better than nothing.
It is all right. So I'm gonna say that with our first aid, you know this for free that McCafferty, if there's a biometric signature on there, the blood might actually work, but it's gonna be a long shot on this. So let's see. So I will say with the first aid kit, if you can get if you're gonna have to do that first to see if you can do it, and then just go. I'm gonna go by your successes. So this is gonna be something of a luck check. So go ahead. So go ahead.
9 over 2.
An upgrade to a crit.
I can't. I use my last will.
Oh, damn.
I need to find drugs in here and start taking them if you want me to have will. Where do you think I would find him? It is McCaffrey's place.
Yeah, that is true. So, okay. I will say that if you can get one will on this, if you, it's like
I already have a success. Do I really need to go after this upgrade?
Well, it's going to be a choice here because I'm going to make a roll if we don't. But if you want to upgrade that and put yourself at a disadvantage for getting that, I will say that you can upgrade that if you take the first aid kit and basically take all the other opioids out of it right now. That will put you at a disadvantage, but later on, we'll make sure that this succeeds.
Do it.
Do it.
No, there's a big thing of OxyContin in there. Go for it. It's your choice, though. If you don't, it's just there will be another roll that determines something.
It's either that or we all die. or have a risk of dying.
So what's the mechanical difference? Do I have to like mark off all my charges?
I will say that. Yeah, I will say. How many charges do you have left on it?
I have, not counting the charge to make the spend in the first place, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, so 6. All right, so you have 6. You can mark off all of those but one charge, so I won't make you. I won't make you refresh a haul off of that. So.
Okay, let's do this.
All right.
Listen,
So-
I need to be. I need my hand still for this. All right.
So you do take that all. You do get that, so it does upgrade to the critical.
So basically,
So-
I got a will that spent it immediately.
Yes, you did. So you got a bill. You spent immediately. So, but you
So
are.
how many stun to the head?
Yeah, so that's going to be at least 5 stun to the head because you are just swimming in pure OxyContin at this point. But you do manage to basically pull it out and actually have enough of a. That's like checking out the blood right now. I will say that with the suppressant that was carried into this, you managed to actually sterilize it enough to be able to recognize as some combination of Nancy and McCafferty's DNA. So pouring it over it actually says, "Oh, that's like allows access to that security room and opens it up." So the system going off of biological marker and not that's like visual marker at this point, as you've tricked it into doing it. So
yes, get fucking run, get to the security room, get all the
I
guns.
walk as quickly, as straight as I am capable of doing.
Good job,
Do
OG.
everything. We have full access now, bitches.
I gotta take my drugs so I can do first aid. There are doctors
Steady your
like that.
hands.
All right, so yes, you do have access to the security room, and what you do see in it now is the fact that you see the assault on the first floor. The crew of the Ailstorm has broken through and is just ripping and tearing everything around. I will say that you do see them. Actually, you do see some of them going into the kitchen and seeing the metal grate that has been replaced over the elevator shaft, so nobody falls down into the pantry, and they are just ripping at it with weapons and crowbars trying to pry it open.
Hey,
Oh, God
if
damn
we
it.
can find where his wine cellar or whatever is, we can tell them where it is, so they just go do there.
Yeah, we have full access. Can I pull up a map and find the access? His glorious liquor and drug cabinet.
I will say research on that, yes, to
Alright.
do that, and let's see. I will actually see if you can get a bonus from that.
I made it regardless.
You did?
For-
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah,
fine with it too.
you do see you absolutely do see the path for it. So if you have access to the security because you've now tricked it to thinking that you're McCafferty. So if you you can unlock that if you want to, and there is there's a loudspeaker if you want to.
Hey man, we got access already. If you just let us go, we'll give you free access to the liquor and drugs.
So Bowers, you see Captain Bowles looking up. All right, and who maybe is he speaking to?
I'm absentee of the Sunday Rainbows. We're just here. We just want the guns and shit. No need to get in any trouble or anything.
So, but what be your proof? What? How can you actually show me that you mean your word?
I send him a waypoint area, and then literally have all the doors simultaneously unlock to allow him to that path.
Okay. As you unlock those doors, that's when I will say, and it doesn't lock you out, but an emergency signal goes over for you with the drone network. You see, it's confused by conflicting arguments. There are conflicting commands. So it's going to start coming at them, and they're going to be attacking at least them. So this will be this is a persuasion. I will give you a +1 because of it, but it's going to be a hard persuasion.
Anyone want to take the mic here?
Because if it fails, I'll say if it fails, they'll assume that you tricked them into that, and they're coming for you.
Do you want to put the office rocker person on the radio?
Yes.
Okay. listen. We're gaining full access security. It takes time. Parts of it are conflicting, but we've given you direct path to the booze for now while we work on the drones. All right?
All right, let's see.
And I don't come off as convincing at all.
All
Nope.
right. Do you have any will left?
No, remember we did the whole process.
damn it. Oh well.
God damn it.
All right. So yeah, this is gonna be at. So he's.
I wasn't a
almost
critical
believing-
failure, so they don't think I am, screwing them over.
Well, it's they are not trusting you, and now they're in
Yeah.
a fight with drones that have. That's like, well, and the thing I'll say, a critical failure would have sent them down to you immediately. Now, it's like they're going to avoid. If you avoid them, they won't directly. If you avoid them, they're not going to fight you. But if they see you, they're not showing mercy because they thought you kind of screwed them over. So,
Yeah.
What security features protect the security room?
a very large locked door, and actually, I will say this: a slide to a panic room, which, with your current load, goes right down to McCafferty's med room.
You
I
really want to fuck around in
wish we
there?
had grenades, because we just put them in that slot. Let them go down.
There are probably grenades in his armory.
Yes, and that is located not on this floor, but one floor down, which is where you're going through. So, and I will say that Redbox is now extremely determined to get that. So, but if
Hey.
you go out, and if you go, he is going to be running out now that he sees this. But and as he goes by, you actually see him wipe take a glove and wipe that he had in his pocket and like a latex one of the med kit and wipe his hand on the blood to get McCafferty's signature onto it. So he's carrying blight on that now.
What the fuck are you
Do you
doing?
need the suppressant? I still got some.
Why wouldn't
No,
we
no,
bomb it past to that?
you use the suppressant to get that out of it. Good luck.
Oh, that marked my suppressant off? Crap, that's
Yep.
the worst part.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's freaking six
Oh,
bounty
that's
I
not
lost.
So he is bound and determined to get this because he's gonna get something out of this job regardless. I will say, take a chance, self control. Oh no, blue light and blue light's definitely going out. Dr. Quinn is going. Hell no, I'm not going anywhere else.
Blue light. We need you to turn off the drones first with this.
All right. So I will give you one persuasion roll to get her to stay.
And since I've established as the only one with persuasion, this is gonna be fun. And I make this one.
All right, so you managed to convince her, so she's going to try to route the drones off of you. But
It's
Redbox
only sane.
Redbox is going right out. So if you want to get the guns or anything for this particular job that you've agreed to go and grab, you need to follow him.
And we need to keep him alive or he can't pay us.
That's true. So all right.
Yeah.
So you're going one down. Let's see. Random roll. There. So is everybody else following, or is anybody staying in the security room?
What the fuck do we need to go down there for? No, I'm getting the. There are guns in the security room, right?
Let's see. There are, but it's only 45 millimeters, so it's
Oh,
basically just
shit.
it's small.
So it's not the
arms.
mother load.
Nope.
Yeah. I
No,
guess
that's
we'll go.
basically one
Yeah.
level below you.
Yeah,
Alright,
let's go.
Let's get to the mother load.
Let's get paid.
All right. So Nancy's gonna go ahead and stay up in the room because she's in no position to move at this point. But she'll stay to see if she can work on the car situation since she was more of a technical advisor for MT Gilf. All right. So as you go down, you see red box basically swipe one of the levels. It does go through it, but as you do, it seems that the stairwell is full of about 6 other drones that are just that are looking at you, and they don't have any. Looks like they're just the inner house ones, so they don't have any specific point weapons on it, but they do look like they have larger tasers. So
Okay, yeah,
hurry.
we'll fucking.
Hurry
it's
up,
combat
blue
then.
light, so we get ready to shoot them.
All right,
Yeah.
so they only see you, so you do have first action on this. So go ahead. And remember, you do have the action and a twitch and a freebie action.
Yep.
So are we assumed to have earplugs, or are we gonna go deaf when we start shooting these?
Oh, you don't have earplugs. No, you didn't think you were firing weapons in here, so that's a decision. So go ahead and so if you want to fire on them with that, that's there. If you want to try another way, that's absolutely well.
I got a silenced weapon.
Yeah, he can do
I
it.
don't.
Okay. So
I will let him fire first as we take aim, I guess. Well, I'd hope that blue turns him off soon.
okay. So all right, you can go ahead and do that. So
All right.
go ahead and make that roll.
Oh, hold on. I lost my red die.
All right.
Darn it. Hold on. So it is a 6/4.
6/4. Okay, so that is enough. They are pre-programmed in for dodge. Dodge. So it's gonna. The first one's gonna try. It fails, and let's see. And you said it was 6/4. Well, actually, it's a drone. So one shot, you could basically take it down. It's disabled. So
Okay.
that is not a big one. So all right, there are 4 others left. So they are all reacting afterwards. Who is going next?
I will go next.
Okay.
I will fire a gun. Yeah, so 12/7 with
Okay.
a heavy rifle.
Yeah. So everybody. Yeah. So I'll resolve that one in a minute. So yeah, that's gonna hit. I'm not gonna even roll it because that's there. So it takes it. It's not reacting. So all right. Who's next? So
I guess me.
all right.
My handgun, and I get 8/5.
8/5. Another one's down, and last we have 2 other shots to go off. So he's gonna take his. All right. Redbox makes his, and oh, sorry, he doesn't do it, and there's only 1 left at this point. So, but yeah, it does. All these guns going off at the same time is hurtful. So I'm gonna say everybody in the room takes at least 2 stun to the head.
Ah.
Oh, that's not good for me.
Yeah, so it's a little bit. Yeah, you are right there.
On the other hand, I don't feel the pain that much.
Yeah. All right. So with that, the remaining drone is going to come up and target OD.
Ah,
So
I still have a twitch action.
yes, you do have a
I'm
twitch
gonna do
action.
second
So
attack.
yep. So if you want to dodge that, so
Oh, I said second attack. Go full attack.
oh, you're gonna roll. Oh, you're just gonna roll an attack to try to get in there. Okay.
One, yeah.
All right. We'll see who goes. So
That actually 9/8
9/8.
shooting.
All right. So okay, that was actually enough in this case, and you managed to pull it out just 1 second before. So
Nice.
good job. All right. So yep, you do take that out. Rolling down. It's like rolling off from it. So you'll get down there. So and taking it. It's excuse me. As you are open the door, you find yourself absolutely in a stunning example of an armory. So you see small arms, you see grenades, you see larger caliber ones. You actually do see a mountable minigun that is off of the corner.
Jesus.
How about
So,
armor?
but also
Body
good luck
armor.
trying to
Body
get
armor
that
would be great
upstairs.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, body armor would be great.
Let's see. Yes, there is body armor here. So if you would like to go ahead and grab that, so working from it. But as we do that, everybody else can make an awareness check.
I somehow make that.
Nope.
Yes, 12/8.
12/8. Okay, so was it just
Just me failed.
all right, so all right, Odie. All right. So bring that up in there. Sorry, trying to get my characters straight. So absentee, you're the only one who did make it, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so
that was right.
all right, so you start grabbing one. I will say that you actually do manage to get some body armor on. It's just a normal Kevlar
Okay, that's
vest, so it's not. There's nothing really bad about that. But everybody else, once you start grabbing it, it doesn't hit you in the moment because you're overwhelmed. Your senses are overwhelmed with the tinnitus, but also uh, the smell of gunpowder that was infilling that room. But as you did that, you are smelling something that just is smelling like plain rot, and that is just infilling your nose around.
Oh
And
god. Yeah.
yeah, and absentee. Unfortunately, you didn't. It's like you didn't smell it because you're pulling from there, and that's like get swiped at by well, you run into something that's we turn around and basically are knocked over from your neck down as you it's almost like you're a clothesline, and are looking up to see what looks like a very that's what looks like to be a very well dressed casualty that is just
Oh jeez.
oozing with the blight out of it in oddly enough freshly laundered clothes, um, that seems to have several different umbilicals that are just trailing out of it as it's stumbling towards you.
Would this be Mr. McCaffrey, I presume?
hmm And it's moving a lot faster, like rapidly faster than it should.
It's
Oh.
an Evervac because
Oh,
they've been
Jesus.
pumping all that crap in
Yep.
it.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
So,
God
let's
damn it.
see. Oh boy. So, and yeah, it gets this attack right off the bat. So
Oh god.
I will allow you one twitch to see if you can dodge out of the way. But
Well, I think I'm gonna try to dodge.
since you saw that, but it's you're gonna have to be a good beat.
Oh, critical failure. I'm gonna spend a will to
And I
make
don't have any
that dead
suppressant for you.
failure.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a will to make that normal failure.
All right, so you only take the base damage on that.
Oh
So
god. Well, it's
uh,
still not great.
I had nothing to do an
yeah, so
infection check with.
it one of those umbilicals wraps around your it's like wraps around your leg, and you will take 3 killing to the that's like 3 killing to the leg,
Jesus. Okay.
and
And probably infection test.
well, yeah. So let's see.
Oh, god damn it.
And those are secret.
Yep.
Yes, they are. So it hurts like a bastard. So everybody else, you get to see that. So
Fuck. Could
Is
I have
there-
taken one of the guns from the pistols from the security room, the first level?
so I won't say that you. I'll say that you don't have to do that. You have like one that's right there, and
Okay.
Loba.
Oh yeah,
holds
yeah,
both,
sure.
So you're fine.
Maybe something a little bigger caliber, like a shotgun or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So. No, that actually is working out very well. So, all right, but yeah, everybody else sees that here. So, hold on just one second. So, and we will go through that. So, all right, but yeah, everybody else, I will say, starting with Ben, you can relay your action because McCafferty's umbilical corpse went first. So,
Okay.
you can go ahead and make there. It is functionally like a vector in this case, so it's like you're gonna have to be damn careful.
Yep. Well, yeah. So I'm gonna grab the gun that I found, the first gun that is in my hand. What is it? Is it a shotgun or is it just like a pistol?
For this one, I'll say this is like a 45. So
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking try to unload into the damn thing.
all right. So yep, go ahead. It's really keeping out sound. So go ahead and make your shots.
Yeah, I'll just do full on. I'll spend an additional 3 points, a bullet from the gun.
All right, to make more
Yeah.
damaging. Okay.
Yeah, just for so I guess it's +2, so that'll be total +5.
Yes.
Which unfortunately does not make it with a 7/10.
7/10. Okay, so just
Damn it. Yeah, just a failure.
Okay. So
I'm getting
no
ankle
worries.
dragged, so
Yeah.
it hurt
So
to-
yeah, it's gonna hurt on that end. So it's completely focused on you, but it will be going last. So it's because it knows what's going on. So all right, everybody else can take a shot.
All right.
Oh, and
Sorry?
I apologize for one thing. Ben, go ahead and make your self control check. I completely forgot about that.
yeah,
So.
I should. Yeah, I
So,
should do that.
You were bitten by a technically a vector. It's an aberrant, but it's a vector.
It never will stop me. I somehow made that.
All right. So you can go ahead and press on 2. So for that on
Okay.
2 trauma.
All right. I'm getting close to crumbling.
Yep.
So.
All righty. So all right, so going through, starting off with OD, you can go ahead and make a shot out if you want it.
All right. Okay, that is 11 over 5.
11 over 5. Okay, so it will try to use its twitch to go ahead and defend. It fails. So, and you said that was 5, right?
Yeah, 11 over 5.
And what are you using as your gun? So it's a
Handgun.
Handgun. Okay. So that will take 3 killing damage to its left arm. So good on you. So with that, and I will say that it does have other tentacles, but I will say those are actually controlled by the appendages. So once you actually take out an appendage, one of the 4 umbilicals goes down. So
Okay. Nice.
so the blight is binding those into turn. All right. So good shot on that. Pliskin.
I was thinking about doing a precision shot to the head, and I also have like 3 will right now, so I feel like I'm gonna make this work.
Probably do that.
All right. So yeah, it's gonna be a hard shot, but go for it.
All right. My roll would be all right. So that would be a 6 over 4, but it's a precision shot to the head.
Okay.
And I could upgrade that to a critical if I use the will.
Yep.
And that doubles the damage, right?
That does indeed.
That's 12 to the head.
So that would be 12 to the head.
Yep, and that's that. Yeah, good. So yeah, you've had enough. You've succeeded on this point. You've taken a lot of stress for that. Oh yeah, and I should have had you guys roll, but I'm not going to do that. My apologies for the self control because you saw your friend getting bit. But I'll wait for that later. So, but yeah,
Oh God.
Quinn, do you have a testing kit?
So, let's see if she
I
does.
fire more bullets into the thing's corpse.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and roll. Let's see. Well, I'll say this for luck. So odd or even?
I'm gonna say even.
Even. She does not have a testing kit, so it is now a decision time. So you are a live vector.
Protect my crew.
You know time. So
how do I feel? Besides adrenaline and terrified.
That's like you're not really sure right now. You feel the obvious it is burning. So, but basically, it feels more like the actual something tore through my muscles and my skin.
Do you have any handcuffs in here?
Yes, there is handcuffs. So
forgive us for this, but on the way home, we're going to make sure you don't get grabby.
Sure.
Are you taking that shot?
Yes, I'll let them do it because if I live, then
you get home till we get to someone who can monitor you better.
All right, so you don't have a stressing kit. The other 2 are a red box and blue light are. Oh, sorry. Blue light are basically. Or sorry, it's just red box. He's taking out. He's seeing that you've been bitten and not going through. So first off, I'm gonna let you guys make self-control checks because have it not damaged as badly because you're taking a big chance.
God damn it! Critical failure.
Also, it's like hot blood.
Well, here's the thing. I succeed, but the thing is, the main reason I'm doing this is because protect my crew.
Okay. So that is a level there. So you're going into it. So I don't that. If you succeed, you're only taking 1 stress. OD, you said you critically failed.
No, Pliskin critically failed.
Pliskin critically failed.
Thank goodness I did critically fail, because else I would probably start crumbling. But nope, I'm still somehow functional.
Okay? That's a critical fail. So that means that if you do this, if you go through with this, and actually try to hold on. That is trauma. Sorry, that's stress to a crumble. So basically it's 5. You just zero that out.
Well, that would be to a crack, not a crumble, right?
I thought you were already
cracked. I start on a cracked, not them.
Yeah.
All right, so you're cracked, and you're pretty much out for this one.
I think I'll spend a will. Just a will. I'll spend the will.
Okay.
So now I'm down to 1 will
a
left.
failure. Okay, so take.
Oh yeah,
So in
fight
that
speaking
case,
of Will, did I get one for protect my crew by deciding to keep him?
I'll make that decision later. So,
Yeah, because that's gonna be dependent on whether or
Yeah.
not I actually.
yeah. So
Yeah,
take.
it depends on whether or not it's bad.
In that case, take take at least 2 stress because you are
Alright. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Taking a risk.
take 2 stress. So that is off there. So yeah, boom.
Hold on. Did I lose 2 or did I lose 1 or what was it? If I
y-
regular
I
fail?
lost 1 because of the regular fail.
Yeah, you lost 1.
I mean,
so.
for the 6 CSS, I lost 1 because of success.
All right.
You lost 2.
But here's the big
oh,
thing
alright.
that Redbox is not sure what's going on. If he fails, he's going to try to kill you because he's
And I
not.
will probably try to stop it because I need Will.
Yeah.
Oh my
All
god.
right. Let's see what happens. So if he keeps himself together, you are very lucky. He doesn't want to lose anybody else on this job. He feels like the reward is too much, so he is just basically.
Besides, we should be watching him with his freaking blight hand.
Yeah, he's basically. Oh no, he's ripped the glove off at this point. He's done. So he's
Blighty
threw it off in the
McGee
corner.
over here.
Yeah. So he is pulling up, duffel bags full of guns and everything and trying to sack
He
it from
gets
you.
a seat to himself. We don't have anyone sitting by him.
You should actually maybe like strap me into multiple things.
Is there a solar Humvee around?
Yeah.
There is, and I will say that what you've basically gathered everything that you need. I will say that that's underneath the hall of what he's doing because it's just so big. And so you get everything that you need rolling up from there, including the food that you have. Once you get back up, Nancy and Blue Light have gone through everything and actually unlocked the. That's like unlocked the garage to the solar Humvee. So
All right.
you have to. So this is going to be one other route in athletics to basically get down there without. It's like before the Ailstorm crew
Before Ailstorm tries to
decimate
murder us.
everything going through. So this is because Nancy is at least in good enough position to drive you guys out, but it's gonna be a bitch of a fight to get down there. So this is gonna be one final athletics check for everybody to get down. If you don't, you will suffer harm.
I can't make one
Critical
of them.
success.
I've
Okay.
been
I have
handcuffed.
never ran this fast before.
I've been handcuffed up. I can't do anything.
Well, it's an athletic. You can run. This is basically
okay.
just running.
Yeah, you didn't get your feet, even though that makes sense. You should have done
Yeah,
that.
you
but,
should have done that.
but tactical oversight.
Failure.
All right, so
Fail.
Well, he has a critical success, so he could.
you
Did
can
I
pick him up.
still
I
make
will say
critical?
that. Yeah, if you critical, I will say you can go ahead and pick. You can go ahead and pick up absentee, and then.
Absentee, yeah.
Oh yeah, and since this is already still part of my protect my crew, of course I am.
All right. So, yeah. All right. So, yep, you do make it down to the solar Humvee. It is an amazing thing. It's fully
And
electric.
I will end up being eaten by absentee before this is over. I bet.
Yeah, it is whisper quiet,
Yeah.
apparently, and you manage to burst out of the underground garage and roll down past the Ailstorm itself, which is an impressive sight. But they luckily enough, they are too focused on there, and you can hear rally reports that they say like, "We found the wine cellar. There's Blantons everywhere." So, but they're happy. But yeah, you peel on out. You manage to get a massive amount of haul in this case that is actually more evenly split upon you now for it. So yeah, this. But yeah, and now as this place is it is rid of McCafferty's aberrant. It's probably going to be, completely bone picked dry, or the fact that there's a good chance that this might be the Ailstorm's port of home from now on.
Oh yeah,
That
because even
nobody
if they
wants-
make everything dry, the structure itself is great enclave material.
Yeah, but you managed to bring enough defenses back for Trabajo, and are able to heal yourselves up. And you actually, since you rescued Nancy, you managed to go ahead and get a good relationship started with the MT Guilds. So that is
yeah,
something
positive rep.
they can positive rep within there. So
Also, Susan, check him out at a
Yeah.
distance.
What happens to absentee?
oh yeah, absentee. So I will say I do have your results on that because since you were able to get another testing kit. Do you want everybody else to know, or do you just want you to know?
Sure. I'll know.
Okay. So
I'm not dead, so.
all right. So in this case, well, okay. If for the F1 now, you're immune. You end up being one of the immune.
Oh wow!
Yay!
God, we
You-
didn't
you
shoot
rolled
you.
rolled very
Wait,
lucky.
immune.
immune. So I rolled critical success on that test.
Nice. Oh, wonderful.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, but that means you're on a hunt for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
so,
they. Oh, now I didn't die, but now I can be sold to.
Yeah.
Harvester.
But yeah,
Well,
this
I
is a
wouldn't
hard.
do that. That would be one hell of a self-control on my
Yeah,
part.
we would have done it to Nancy if we're gonna do it.
But that
Oh,
ends
yeah,
the great.
Nancy.
Yeah, but they made it through for there, and you basically make your way along lines to your personal Joel. So this is a huge
Yeah.
score for everybody. So
Damn.
that ends the great layaway race. So questions, comments, suggestions?
Oh, this is a really fun concept.
That was
Okay.
great.
Red
I was
Red
beginning
Dead.
to worry there was going to be some sort of weird cyber zombie shit going on in there. That's what I was
It kind of was, but
A little bit. So yeah, the whole thing of the background on this is that I was obviously basing it off of McAfee.
also
so
like those ultra rich, like survival bunker kind of places.
Yeah, and part of this is that I wanted to go with the automation level, so nothing that was quite to the level of actual independent AI, but just ones that could operate things and didn't quite understand. So the background is that he did end up making it as far as the front door before the well, at least the front gate before he became a vector. Died, became a casualty, but then somehow made it through because the sensors were still registering his DNA through the blight.
Mhm.
And of course, he was just an insanely rich sovereign citizen jerk. So he figured that most of his technology could save him. And since it was going off of the one basis to preserve his own life, it dragged him down to the medical ward where it could say like, "Oh, this is an infection." Hey, when one of the takers through Gilf, Nancy ended up coming down there because it saying, "Hey, this has blood that's immune to it. Let's pump it through and see how well we can do it." It just kept doing that.
Yeah.
It just basically do it until another mutation set into it. So it kind of overrode those umbilicals going through. But yeah, the basis for this one is primarily that you are actually dealing with other taker groups in that dynamic instead of just the main negotiator for what you're getting to. And I had a lot of other plans basically on a random table that it would either be like the Ailstorm in one, the Crusaders in the other, Black Math mainly trying to put together resources to get more weaponry for their own crusade is one of the bigger ones. So you just kind of got lucky that the Ailstorm came through as a major line distraction. So which is working from that.
Nice.
Any questions or comments or?
Oh,
It was kind of-
this is a really great con scenario. I like this.
Oh yeah, I could see
Yeah.
that.
This is a meat grinder.
It's also,
like-
I always like ones that lean into the more sci-fi aspects of the setting, like the early RPPR one you guys did with Caleb, where he had the freaking brain
During the brood
upload.
list, yeah, with the AI in the dam. So
It's almost like the AI here got study sickness.
yeah, it's kind of like that too, and I was making it far more basic too. That it's literally one that is It's not very self-improving. It's basically just understanding a certain level of instructions, and only can execute that in a certain format. So that's the big thing that we were going through here. And if you had certain social skills or been able to kind of lie in certain ways, it was possible to trick it. But that's also set for a very social character to be able to like if you
Yeah.
I could force it, but it wouldn't be very easy.
yeah, it
Yeah.
would be from there. So but no, I'm absolutely glad that you guys enjoyed that. So and we'll just end it here. Everybody else, thank you for watching this. If you'd like to join in our Patreon games, please sign up to the Role Playing Public Radio Patreon. So this has been Aaron Carson, and we'll see you later.